after I set it up. You can see that joint dated and all on some. I thought shit was just kind of cool because it keeps the history on it. But I didn't run it with my devices on the app. I just ran it with PlayStation, and that's what it was giving me, the 800/40 shit.
I don't see no damn 800. I see 9 something.
Nah, that's what I said. But that's on my phone with the speed. So PlayStation shit. It say at the bottom shit varies,
Ran
and
your
it's
shit
a
on your
big.
phone and it said 9 something, and Corey ran his shit on the phone and said 3.
But that's why I said I don't know if he ran it through Xfinity or if he ran it because he said he got Xfinity. So if he ran it through Xfinity is one thing.
He
I
got
ran this shit on
Xfinity
the
up.
Verizon. Yeah, I ran this shit on the
He
Verizon
got
app, like the
Xfinity up,
speed
man.
Yeah,
test on
but
the Verizon
if
app.
you got the Comcast Infinity joint, you better do a fuck bit. If you don't do that, you ain't gonna like. You gotta get the game. It gotta be game mode. You just can't have no job. I got
You just
Infinity.
I
gotta
definitely
request
think
it,
I
yo.
definitely think with Xfinity a gaming modem is better. Verizon shit,
You
like
just
if
gotta
that shit's
request it.
already running 800, 900 with their regular modem, I'm still gonna get their gaming modem, but you probably wouldn't have to OD and get an
Yeah,
outside modem
the
for.
dude that came, we had got some upgrades done to the wiring and my game in the basement. So he was like, "Yo, you play the game?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "Yo, I'm not giving you this router."
That's exactly what dude did to me. We'll
He
go ahead
like,
and
"I'm
listen.
gonna give you this one." He said, "This one better," and it was literally a different router, like a modem, whatever you want to call it. Um,
Yeah, that's what I got due coming tomorrow. I really put it in as like a wiring technician, but then I told him to bring a gaming modem, gaming router and my like notes to the technician.
yeah, I
So
think it's just more. I don't know if they actually call him, but the guy who told me, he was like, "This is just better." I don't know if it's from a capacity standpoint. It's just better for gaming.
yeah, that's what I would say with the shit
They
I've
might
been
not necessarily
researching.
call it. They might not necessarily call it a gaming modem or router. Though. You might got to find a
Yeah,
technical term for it. But so just FYI, because some of them be
I
acting. You
just
feel me? Talk to that
I
act dumb
I
like,
tell
huh?
them.
What's
That's why I
that?
said the words I was looking it up. I just tell them the words. Like I'm looking for lowest latency and fucking high upload, high download,
Yeah, you know what you say,
5G,
Matt? Just
6G.
say, just say, "Hey, I'm a professional gamer. I need that."
That's exactly
They
what,
understand
what
what
they
you're
And
saying.
said.
usually when I say that and work from home, niggas kind of change the dialogue on how they talking
Yeah.
to you about the internet. Like I'll be like, "Yo, I work from home for the state." So usually I be throwing
Clubhouse.
all that shit in there. Like I work from home for the states. Like y'all niggas can't give me no bullshit. Like that's why them niggas was trying to bullshit. That's why I cursed them niggas out earlier today to get them niggas to come out tomorrow. I was like, yeah, nah, I don't give a fuck.
Playoff talk, 2033. We really in season 9 right this bitch right
And the
now.
fuck
Let's
you
go.
mean? Niggas
Yeah,
energy low as hell. Niggas energy like their testosterone. When you hit your 40s, nigga.
They said
I
motherfucking.
gotta take some testosterone pills.
They said
Testosterone pills.
Epstein testosterone was motherfucking 138. That shit super low. They said the average is like 340.
Well,
So
you know, once you get a
they
certain age, like once
yeah
you get 40, I think they said it start dropping.
yeah, but they said there's a study out there that males with he was trying to do some shit with Bill Gates to be able to lower all male testosterone and shit, and then there's a study with it that connected to why he is the type of motherfucker he is because of the low whatever that shit called. That shit crazy, bro. I was like damn near deep diving into that shit. Like that nigga nut, bro. And all them
That nigga
motherfuckers
been
put him
dead
on that.
about 5 years, man.
He
They gotta
ain't
let
that,
that shit just go,
bro. He
man.
ain't
God
dead.
damn.
First of all, that nigga ain't dead. But
You
that's
don't think
another
he dead?
conversation. Fuck no, he
a
ain't
lot of
dead.
a lot of people don't think he's dead for real.
He ain't dead. The DOJ put out a statement on the 9th talking about how he dead and he ain't dying to the 10th.
Oh hell no. So you thinking he's in hiding,
Yeah, he got
or
too
they
much.
just
It's too
want?
much power behind what he had going on and shit, and them higher ups and all that money and shit. They just got they faked
He
his death and
definitely
got him
don't
up
seem
out of
like a
there.
nigga that yeah, he definitely doesn't seem like a nigga that just be like, oh yeah, suicide. I'm
And
like,
and you
man,
see homegirl taking the fall right now, but they done moved her to an upscale prison where she pretty much ain't even got a gate around
Well,
her,
didn't
protection,
she
all
meet
types of shit.
with she didn't meet with Trump, but she met with the
She met
new
with Trump. No, she met with Trump's lawyer, and she ain't give him shit. And they moved her from the prison she was in to a fucking low max prison, where she can pretty much
So why
live
do you
live
think
a
she met
regular
with
life.
Trump lawyer?
because they trying to cover that shit up, and they, the pressure was on them, so they sent, they showing face, and now she's saying she pleading the fifth on all questions they asking her, and she's saying if Trump, what's the word,
Pardon.
not pardon is another word,
Clemency.
clemency, yeah, if he do that, she'll talk. So she pretty much trying to get the fuck up out of there, and that's about watch how they do that. That's about to be the next
But
move.
if Trump grant her clemency, you know what that means. She ain't gonna tell on him. She ain't gonna say nothing about him.
She ain't telling on him
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Like that's why they
She ain't gonna
definitely.
saying,
say. She ain't gonna say
like,
shit to him.
even the AG Pam Bondi motherfucking
Fuck
she
that. Trump.
that bitch crazy.
If you let her out, you gotta let my boy see murder out.
Mm-hmm.
We see murder.
You might as well let P Diddy little nasty ass out. You doing all that
Yeah,
shit.
free Diddy.
I
Fuck
feel
it.
like
While
that's
we
where
at
it's
it,
going. I feel like that's
free
where
R.
it's going
Kelly.
for real, for real. I feel like that's where it's going, bro. It's on some
Free
free Diddy shit
Kels.
for real, bro.
R&B. Bring R&B back.
Yep, free Kels too. Free all them little freak booty ass niggas. Them
Free Kels.
motherfucking
Bring R&B back.
the president said, the motherfucking congressman said, listen, this is Trump Bible, by the way, because I wouldn't play with the real Bible, playing with Trump Bible. Trump name is in the Epstein files more times than God name in the Bible.
Yeah,
That's impossible. That's
I seen
impossible.
some, bro. I seen some that was
You
saying
know
the
how many
same
times I
thing.
mean your name in that bitch?
And that bitch a million times. They said motherfucking his driver went to the DOJ to just pretty much rat on him about the girl that got him for rape, and they blew her head off where she unrecognized. She dead. They blew her fucking head off. That bitch is gone, and they got him all fucked up and hiding and shit right now. And Pam Bondi last year before Trump took office as a prosecutor in her state, he donated 25,000 to her to one of her causes or some shit like that, and it was deemed illegal, so she had to give it back. Plus, she got fined, and then you wonder why she going hard for him right now. So they just covering up shit. They released all the women that the people that have been abused and shit. They released all their names with their phone numbers and all that shit on purpose, but then they redacted all the motherfucking billionaires whose names is all throughout the file and shit. Then they spied on all the Congress that got to look at the files unredacted. They spied on them to see what they were searching and shit. And she put a binder together, a burn book is what they call it. So when she was sitting in front of Congress and had to ask questions, she was just talking. She knew what they was looking at, so she knew how to answer shit. She ain't answer nothing anyway. She just threw insults at them and shit and changed the subject. Talked about how Trump the greatest president ever the whole time and shit, while the fucking victims was right behind her. So all the victims been trying to meet with her. She opened her statement up saying, to all the victims, sorry, I'm sorry y'all going through that, dealing with that monster, and that anything y'all need, we can, y'all can get with me. So then the Democrat lady was like, can the victims please stand up again? Any of y'all that would like to meet with Pam Bondi and the DOJ, raise your hand. How many of y'all tried to meet with her? Raise your hand. The whole group raised their hand. How many of y'all been able to meet with her? The whole group raised their hand that they wasn't able to meet with her. And then she like, will you turn around and apologize for releasing their names in the files? Would you turn around and apologize to them for putting them in harm's way? Would you turn around? And she didn't turn around at all. Start talking shit about everything else. Y'all just don't trying to distract us. The Dow Jones is at its highest peak ever, and all this dumb shit she was talking about. That bitch crazy. She was throwing all, and then Jasmine Crockett got up on her. She said, "Since you ain't answering questions, I'm not even gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna just take my 5 minutes to kill your ass." And she murdered her. Yo, that shit was funny as hell. Tore her ass up. Like, you gonna go down as the worst AG of all time, and this is the biggest scandal ever. Like, the biggest cover up. This shit worse than Watergate.
Reckless.
That shit crazy. With that being said, though, we on college football, and we in 2033, bowl week, week 1 out of 4 bowl weeks, 2033. A lot of ending the season stuff, man. We got a lot to talk about. The playoff tree was kind of crazy the week before, right after the conference championship games were played, and what we thought was going to happen definitely didn't happen. Oh, God damn. Hold me down, fellas. 2 seconds.
Shit, some crazy jumps.
Fucking playoffs is definitely end of the season definitely crazy, Max. Man, what are your highlights from the regular season? You had some highlights. What's your highlights from the regular season?
Highlights. I would call Oregon and Florida are probably the biggest highlights of the regular season. I would say I like both of their seasons. I like both of the coaches making moves. And
Is this supposed to be
Well,
positive highlights or just
what,
just what highlights
when you said
positive
overall?
highlights.
that's why I said highlights. I was like highlights. Like if we're talking
Nah,
highs.
that's Max answered it right. It's a highlight, and that is positive, or it could be constructive. But I do want to add to Max's point about Florida. I played Florida too, and after the game, Florida hit me up like, "Yo, what I'm doing wrong?" And I told him, I said, "Yo, it's still there. You just got to get, you know what I mean? You got to get acclimated." And that motherfucker locked in.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
After
say.
that, he locked the fuck in and
Yeah, I
started
like
whooping niggas'
Florida.
ass.
The
I like
Georgia loss
Shout
Florida.
out
hurt him.
Sane, man. Shout out to him, man.
The
The
Georgia
Georgia
loss
loss
is what
hurt
kept him
them
out of the playoffs because they not ranked and them not
definitely.
ranked dropped a lot of a lot of people lost a lot of credibility that could have moved up. Like Texas could have moved up, Florida could have
Did he
moved up.
really lose to Georgia or he lost?
You said they lose to
You
Georgia,
was
he lost
breaking
to
up.
what?
Did he lose to Georgia or
You in and out, cuz.
did he lose to Georgia or did he lose to his internet?
Yeah, I don't know. He will have to answer that question. I don't know.
I feel
But I
like
mean,
the
that nigga
game was close.
posted
He lost
three,
by
three
three or something like that.
that nigga posted 3:30 on for yesterday. Like, come on, bro. Come
Yeah,
on, what you
see,
doing here, bro?
and he was mad that I didn't call him good in the conference, and I didn't even get a chance to get to all that. I was just talking about what Max was talking about. Like I was coming at Max yesterday,
I was
but
about to say, yeah, I was about to say
people get offended to shit fast, so
Corey
he walked
walked in.
right into that.
But but you
Corey
but you
walked into something that literally was not meant for him,
but you
actually.
but you know what though? Sometimes you include yourself because you thinking it too personal. Like you ain't say his name. Why you got? You know what I'm saying? Like if
It's
niggas
because
say
I
the
mean,
ACC
I was
ass,
about to
I
say
know
a
they ain't
lot
talking
of it.
about me.
I was about to say a lot of it is me just throwing around SEC, and Ant was really just responding, but he didn't really single out. He said numbers, and I guess people felt like those numbers and that math wasn't, Corey felt like that math wasn't adding up per se so that's just where it came. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
losing
I was
by
just
three
running
in
down a list.
general.
I was just running down a list on who, you know, as far as consistency in the SEC. Corey just getting back to the SEC. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
see. Yeah,
you
exactly.
had
I was
you
about to
had
say.
Arkansas, and you talked about getting to the
Hoosiers.
championship right away, and that didn't go that way. You had some personal shit going with Major League to League. You're just getting back. You're not in the conversation at all right now. So that's all that was. But people be in their own little feelings and shit. And when you're in your own feelings, you hear what you want to hear and not what's being said at all. Like I do it. I respond. I read text comments in the chat, and I respond to the one words that I don't like,
I was about to
and
say
I'll listen to
everybody
something else.
everybody
But
got moments, you read when you're especially if you're actively
Hey man,
reading
you
the
don't
text
gotta
out
be nice.
loud
Tell him
like
Georgia
I do
ass straight.
sometimes. It's like what the fuck? I'd be like, what the fuck? Before I even get down to the and then there's still messages to come. But I just think yeah, losing to Corey by three and then Corey not being ranked and then like I told saying he lost week 8, Texas lost week 10. You lost 2 weeks before Texas. Uh so it's just like
but
other way
the
around. My fault.
but
My fault. Other way around. Texas lost week 8, and then week 10 you lost. So if you lose more recent, it gives any opportunity for anybody else to come in and swoop in, and now you have to like fight, crawl, and scratch your way back to getting the ranking that you want or that you need to, be able to stay in the playoffs. So,
by the way, my
I,
share play up so y'all can see what we looking at while we talking through stuff. But I'll say this: when you look at the top 25 and how the playoffs end up panning out after the conference championship was over, I think the poll makers got it right. I don't think they did nothing wrong. Think about it like this, right? We used to seeing like last season, Falk was basing a lot of his thought process on a playoff tree off of what happened last year. Even you, Max, you did it, and I did it. You did it off of when you was at a certain spot and shit happened when you didn't have a game to play and shit happened and it moved you out and all that.
yeah, I
But
banked
we
it
all
when I
did it,
was
right?
3. Yeah.
And I did it off of last year, me sitting with a same thing with no game to play, sitting at 2 or 3 or some shit like that, and then I got dropped to 4. So we seen that. So we were kind of right when it came down to Notre
Some
Dame,
of the
but
movement that we got, I was about to say, some of the movement we called, I think, based off of what we've been seeing, but this game has then stayed consistent with, you think you know something, and like, no, the fuck you don't, for real.
we all thought with Clemson actually beating the brakes off of South Carolina in the rival game or the last game of the regular season, and then him losing by 5 to you. We just thought those late losses would move him from 10 out of the playoffs, right? But then when you look at the records and you start paying attention to it, and you see that, how do you put a 3-loss team over top of a 2-loss team, right? And how do you not move a 1-loss team over top of a 2-loss team? Think about what I'm saying. We thought Arizona State got holes. How you go from 1 to 6 with a 5-point loss in a conference championship game? But the team that jumped them got 1 loss in a power conference right now, right? Oregon,
Yeah.
Oklahoma,
And
Notre
if you
Dame.
look at, I forget the time, like really it's taken into the fact that the timing too, like you said, you bumped up, you bumped down, I mean, well, not bumping South Carolina out, and you still got the respects of who jumped in. Like South Carolina lost to Clemson, but Clemson also just beat UNC. So like in 2 convincing wins. So that loss becomes a better and better loss, like based off of that win instantly. So I think when it went down, because he dropped from 3 to 10, which was a significant drop when he first lost to Clemson. I think what saved him in our game and him losing is the fact that Clemson also went down to beat North Carolina, and then he only lost by 5 to me. I think when you put both of those together, that literally allowed T to not get hoed on just having a second loss and allowing a 3-loss team to get in. Because honestly, if you think about it any other way, back-to-back losses, you usually drop more than 7 spots in totality.
But then you look at a 2-loss team go from 10 to 11, right? And a 3-loss team that didn't play jumped him to 10. But then you explain the loss UCLA took to the Oregon, and they with 3 losses, they are still in front of a South Carolina who, in my opinion, should be in front of UCLA too. Like when you look at it all the way through, the rankings and the records kind of added up to what the poll looked like what the playoff tree looked like. But the South Carolina one was the question mark. I don't think none of us thought he would make the playoffs, right? But
he was number 10.
yes, that's why. Usually when you lose,
Even though it was a close,
Yeah.
still a law.
And
And we
that's why I said,
forget it's really 1 spot because the 12th spot is group of 4.
group of 5.
So really it's 1 spot. We was like, it's no way he, so it was.
I was banking on the fact that it was a back-to-back loss. The momentum of a back-to-back loss is usually pretty big.
Especially late.
And UCLA still didn't. UCLA was 8 last week, only dropped 1 spot and they lost.
And he lost by more than what South Carolina did. South Carolina lost by 5. UCLA lost 28-17.
I think Georgia, Florida, USC, and Tennessee. I think if they all would have 11-2 or 10-2 versus the 9-3, I think you would have seen the South Carolina fall out or UCLA fall out. But the fact they didn't, UCLA in theory, they fell 1 spot.
Yeah, so it
but
comes
they
down.
value the Big Ten.
That's
they
right.
value the Big Ten this year.
I was about to say
UCLA
UCLA falling only 1 spot showed me exactly that. Yeah, the Big Ten got valued because he's the only 3-loss team in this joint that played to the 3-loss. Like Texas had 3 losses a long time ago, like week 8, long time ago.
And then when you look at the Big Ten, you're looking at their teams that are ranked where they're ranked at, right? Like Oregon is 3, UCLA is 9, Indiana is 8. USC is 16, and then Michigan jumped into 23rd after beating Ohio State in their rival game, right? So you're looking at, even though they only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranked teams, all 5 of them pretty much, 3 out of the 5 are in the top 10, right? When you look at the ACC, you got 3 ranked teams, and 3 of those teams are in the top 15. 2 of them are in the top 10. And that's rightfully so. That's why both of y'all are still in the playoffs, right? Like 12-2, 12-2, 8-0 conference play. And then in the Big 12, you got 4 ranked teams, and 3 of them are in the top 10, 1, 4, and 6. And then the SEC, which to me is still the power conference because of this right here: 11, 2, 13, 10, 17, 19, and 20. So out of there are 6, 7 users. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 users. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are ranked. So only 2 of them didn't finish with a top 25 ranking, right? So to me, that's still the power conference. I want to know why they looked at the Big Ten. Is it because they got 3 in the top 10, and so do the Big 12, right? So I guess they looked at that. I'm assuming, right? Like Oregon jumped from what 10 to fucking 3.
7.
They were 7.
Yep.
7,
7
yeah,
and 3.
7-3, 7-3.
UCLA was 8.
Yeah,
When
UCLA was 8.
when you go back through conversations, right? Like you look at Sane taking over Florida State, Florida last year, and you give like fuck. I'll ask you this question: when a coach takes a new job, how long do you give them to turn the program around?
I mean, this is a loaded question. The reason why it's loaded is I think it really depends on the conference. It depends on the prestige. It depends on the assets and the research. So, for example, Oregon, Oregon should have turned that shit around in 1 year. But
He
if it's
did.
Indiana, it may take 2, 3 years. Now, Talmad's just a great player, so he, you know what I mean. But so in terms of recruiting, getting in what you need, getting the right pieces in. If you got a good program and good resources like a Michigan, like a Penn State, like a Oregon, then yeah. But if you got like an Indiana, Michigan State, a Washington, a Texas Tech, even though they're in Texas, they like the 4th school in Texas. You know what I'm saying? One could argue they might be 5th behind Houston. So I think what you said, it depends. I guess to answer your question, it depends on the school and the prestige in the conference, if that makes sense.
I think this, like when we think about like highlights, like getting back to the first question you asked when I had to step away, is Florida. Y'all both was on the Florida tip, right? Like, do y'all think Florida had a really 2033 better season than Oregon had? Now, hear me out. The resources, the team that Oregon took over. So the North Carolina State coach took that Oregon program off. That was already in good standings, with good hands, great players, great roster, all already ready for a coach to come in and coach that fucking football team up. Now, Florida, on the other hand, it was stagnated for a while, right? Florida started off with Coach Gator having them, and they did pretty good in recruiting, and then they, fell off. Like, they completely fell off. So I think that was more of a rebuild for the coach that took that job than it was for the Oregon job. So let me ask y'all this: who was more impressive, Florida or Oregon?
Uh, I probably would go. I'd go Florida.
Dang.
I, I'd go Florida.
Like, Florida came from a 0-2 start, right?
Oh, like
59-21 loss to
I'm looking at
Indiana,
how he lost too. That's why I was just about to say I would say Florida. I'm looking at
56-24 to
how,
North
yeah,
Carolina.
like and Florida at the time is it what 3.5? Like Oregon, it was a 3.5 star, and we was like, oh my God. But like that even before NC State coach over there, Chase had the roster looking solid because he
Hmm.
was a transfer portal. Like he just could not. It was like NC State
He
going
had
over there
Nike
was like when
money
Brady.
and
It's like
tore
when
the
Brady
portal
went
up.
over to the Bucks. When Brady went over to the Bucks, like, oh, you just need somebody to actually know what the fuck you're doing and not get hella turnovers. Like, you just need somebody that's not Jameis Winston, and you'll actually maybe be able to fucking do something. Where like I feel like what Sane did with Florida was like mid-pack team, and then like I feel like what he's doing is like what Ben Johnson did with the Bears.
He went on a 6-game winning streak after losing his first 2 games. Then he dropped a 52-35 game that question. That's the game. That loss to
That's the game.
Georgia is the game that stopped him from being a playoff team this year. Because he dominated TCU, dominated Tennessee, dominated
Tennessee.
Florida State.
And that's where I'm like, in that point, those are all, well, Tennessee, second round playoff team has been, beats big time teams, has beat big time teams. Then you go to fucking Florida State. They were just in the second round literally 2 seasons ago. They just had hell schedules back to back. Still a solid user. Just had a tough ass season.
Yeah, Florida State. I don't look at what he did this year as an issue. Like, you know how we say you had them teams that go jump out the window fast and they be great and they get to a lot of playoff wins. They had a really good end of the season last year, but then they came back to a hell schedule, which kind of put him in a situation of right. So I'm looking at Florida State to rebound. He will not have the schedule he had last year. So I'm looking for them to rebound back. We'll get into that.
Yeah, I just think that's adversity that he's going to build just throughout with a season like that, where next year we're going to talk about him probably back in the playoffs because of this hell schedule he went through. So, like, I like Florida all the way around. His roster wasn't as good. The SEC is tough. His recruiting has improved.
Now, he's been pretty good in recruiting since he took that team. He was in good hands, too, because Florida State, Shogun, before he moved to Miami, had Florida State doing a good job in recruiting as well. So the new Florida State user, all he did was take over that and continue that run and good recruiting. Right? They really got good NIL over there as well too. So they're straight. I just think he had a hell schedule. He played the who of who this year, and it just put him in a early front half of the schedule, killed his back half of the schedule. Right? And then, the energy changes a little bit because what are you playing for, right? But the ones that fight through that are the ones that you'll see the turnaround with, right? Like when I go back through conference standings and you start thinking about the 2033 season as a whole, and you really start to ask yourself questions, right? Clemson was Clemson, North Carolina was North Carolina, but Duke's sitting at 8-4 one conference loss to North Carolina this year. Like, Duke is still in the mix. Now think about this. They are going to go through an NIL fuse, right? They got some of them Dookies starting to kick in and help them out over here. But 89 overall roster with a 91 defense overall roster.
UCLA.
Like, he been holding his own, bro. Let's just call it what it is. He been holding his own.
He definitely. I told Duke a while ago that he should have thrown for, once they opened up, should have thrown for a rise in the ACC. You don't always got a cross conference to, I think, improve your landscape. I think Georgia Tech would have been a nicer option. I think going across the water to even NC State would have been a nicer option, and just to get the other side of once you get a little NIL and once you get a little pick me up, the good teams let a pick me up take them into greatness and other things. You know what I'm saying? Great teams, they see the pick me up and then playing 5 seasons out and really can like ride off of 1 or 2 NIL boats. And
because we got 3 new coaches that came into the ACC. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm Duke, I'm trying to get to that Texas A&M program bad.
I was just about to say, but I was about to say that was before. Literally, I was just about to go there. But that was before Texas A&M opened up. I think that obviously when you said it became instantly the hottest job on the market. I just don't think niggas should sleep on Georgia Tech.
I don't even think it's an argument that Texas A&M will go hire that man. Like Duke, like look. The last time they hired the Duke coach, you see they in the playoffs in real life, right? Like you see what happens when you get the right coach. So I could see that happening again in our league, right? Like the Duke coach takes over Texas A&M.
I just think the ACC's lost. Look at and we was talking about it a little bit the other day, but the ACC actually is probably maybe closer to what Falk said it was, by proof, not by necessarily maybe records and winning, but by proof of what they do in other places. NC State, first season leaving ACC, jumps over to Oregon, wins the conference. Florida arguably should have been in the CC this year. Both had 1 loss at the bottom of the end of the schedule. I just got the CC like over him. But I lost to South Carolina and he didn't play South Carolina.
I think Miami can make or break the ACC. Miami because when he had Florida State, he played user games, he played good games. I think if he could do the same with this Miami program, now a lot of it has to do with their, your real life shit in a way, moving and all that stuff. But like, if Miami can step up and start playing the user games and give niggas hell like he did, because he was at one point really giving people problems, right? Like I lost to him in season one, and he came to Boulder and beat us. So I think if Miami can step their program back up, you got Georgia Tech with a new coach. D. West is back in the league.
I
Virginia
forgot
Tech,
that we added people there now.
yeah,
Yeah,
and Louisville. So
I forgot all
if the
about that
Duke
shit. My
coach,
fault. My fault.
if
My
the
fault.
Duke coach
Yeah.
get if Texas A&M seek out Duke coach, I think it would be perfect because the ACC got strong again, as far as user wise. So like
Yeah.
Duke could be that type of the coach to go ahead and jump ship and take over that Texas A&M program if that's something he would want to do, right? Like I think that's
I
the
definitely
first
think.
spot Texas A&M gonna go to, Duke.
I mean, he threw his name in for Oregon. Now, I don't know. It's a little bit of a different, style and a different genre than Texas SEC football. When he threw his name in for Oregon, and maybe that type of style really might be more of his like gist, the finesse and the glam and the whatever. But I think if he's really looking for a little like a real chance to make, like you said, a real splash, to like be a lot, like to repeat that Duke thing but make it bigger than just that like Duke intro he had, make it a real like intro to the league and I'm here to like stay. I think you take on a challenge like the SEC and you take on a challenge like A&M. You get that shit to go and you
If
see
I'm the
what's up.
Duke coach, this is my reason for staying or leaving. Staying is, do I have a better shot of being a playoff team year in and year out in the ACC, or do I take the better program at Texas A&M but play a better conference in a sense, right? Because you could argue SEC, ACC, right? You could argue that until our faces turn blue, and I think it goes up and down at times, right? But I think the SEC is the dominant conference out of the Power Four conferences. So you take Duke and you take him into the SEC. Does he get the results that he's getting with Duke in the ACC? That's the question I would have. When you look at the Oregon and UCLA situation, both those coaches put their name in a hat for the Oregon job. The funny thing is the one guy that got the job and the other guy stayed, and because their athletic director and president of UCLA said, whatever it takes for you to stay, we're going to do. And you see the results of that right now. They got this matchup right on the field in the conference championship, head to head, and the new coach that took the Oregon job get to be able to take his hat off and flick it at people a little bit and say, you know what? They hired the better coach. I won that game upright. I'm the Big Ten champion in 1 year. As soon as I got the job, we made this team a Big Ten champion. I think it's a lot to say with that, right? Like it's a lot to
Definitely.
say, and the coach taking over a program that was almost there, year in and year out with Tace as the head coach, and then now we get to the coach over there that takes them to a Big Ten championship in year one. But we've seen this, right? We've seen teams have a hot season. Is it a hot season to you, Falk, or do you think it's sustainable with the resources and the football team that he has in Oregon?
I think it's sustainable. I think he comes from a good, good competition at ACC that has gotten him ready for this point.
Yep.
I think the way he has dominated, he didn't play everyone in the 10, but how the people he has played, the common opponents, that with Indiana, that with CLA, US, I think it's here to stay, man.
And then when you look at the Big Ten, right? Here's the question. For years, Ohio State stood on the top of that division right now. Ohio State had a down year this year, losing the most games they ever lost.
Huh? What
Uh,
who did you say?
Ohio State, 7-5, 6-3 in conference
Oh,
play.
we have an Ohio State user?
Yeah, and that
Oh,
Ohio State, he's locked in too. So that's not
Oh shit!
he's not somebody we could point at and say
I'm leaving
lost
Ohio
energy.
State.
He locked the
I
fuck in, right?
I ain't know we still had an Ohio State
I can
user
say
for real,
this.
for
I
real.
can say this. The one thing I respect about Antonio Todd, that man is still locked in, and he not letting some of the mishaps make him look at the league, man. Look at niggas team. None of that shit. He ain't doing none of that. He locked in. He playing. He ain't losing no energy. And I think that they're on their way. They got a window that they trying to open that window or close it, and they can do it within the next two seasons on how it's going to go right now, right? Nobody would expected Ohio State to finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in the conference. Nobody.
No, not seventh, but I definitely did. I can say I did. I called this in the beginning of the season.
So
Burnt out.
when you start looking at some of the top teams that been like juggernauts over the course of this disc, we start with the Big Ten, and is it Ohio State? Is it Ohio State, the team that's on the not now at this point the coach on the hot seat? Would y'all all agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
And then you go to the SEC and one of our juggernauts, right? Like I like the fact that Alabama fought their way back to the number 19th team. Like one of the big things they did that probably saved this coach's job was beating Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That was huge, right? That got him back into being ranked. But when you look at one of the toughest schedules in the one of the toughest conference schedules we had this year, I think Alabama was in that mix, right? Like, think about what happened. His non-conference schedule, they opened up with TCU, California, Florida State, and Duke. And then they went through hell. They went through Georgia, Vanderbilt, LSU, Missouri, South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Auburn. What killed Alabama was from November the 5th to November the 19th,
Name season game.
66-42 lost to South Carolina, 73-49 lost to Tennessee, 83-53 lost to Oklahoma. Fuck. This is the Alabama program and a really good coach and Coach ran. What are you saying to the fan base of Alabama who all they want is championships and playoff appearances? What do you say to the fan base as a coach that's letting them know, I got this and we'll be fine, right? How do you ease the tension between the administration and the fan base that's pretty much calling for your head right now, not being in the playoffs 2 years in a row and not being a consistent playoff team over the last 5 seasons?
Is it? I'm not even being funny when I ask. Is it 2 or 3 in a row?
Might be 3 in a row. You might be right.
That's what I was about to say. I think that's where I thought the hot seat originally came from this season, the beginning of the season, was because last year they finished unranked, kind of in the same fashion, 3 or 4 straight back-to-back losses to like kick them out of the playoffs. I think it's 3 in a row. Don't quote me yet, but I'm gonna go look and see. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling my football team that we still there. We're still going to do what we do in the transfer portal. We do what we do in high school recruiting. We just beat the brakes off of James Madison in the bowl game. We handle business, and we trying to keep this team together and try to see what happens next season right now. But like Ohio State, Alabama are two teams in their conferences right now that's fighting to keep the oxygen from running out on them right now. Who you see turning around first? Alabama or Ohio State?
Ah, damn.
This is tough.
It is.
If Penn
I'm not
State
even gonna
comes,
put.
oh my God, Penn State, oh Oregon, Indiana,
Yeah, Antonio don't have no room to
Jesus,
breathe, and neither does
Jesus.
Alabama because
I was about to
everybody
say, but
like
no. Ever since South Carolina, I think everybody has realized in the SEC that the air got even more like thicker. I ain't gonna lie. Like
hold up though. Not just gonna keep saying South Carolina like Auburn. I mean, I my bad,
I think
Florida
I was
and
about to say
Texas.
Florida
Texas as well turned up. They
turned
NIL'd
up.
up
Yeah,
and turned up.
I just say with the like the pressure, it's different types of like pressure. I think the hammering vice grip that South Carolina plays with, it feels intimidating more than what Texas and Florida. Texas and Florida sneakily close up the gap in the back end. Pause, no diddy. But so you really do have no room for error. Like it was set this year. You seen what happened once you got that second SEC loss. It kind of like landslide for everybody. Like once Tennessee got their second SEC loss, landslide, and that's because Florida was able to maintain the one loss that whole year. So it definitely, I think, I think that shit. Well, I say Ohio State though
I
because
I say Ohio State too because of the fact that Penn State took the year off pretty much, right? Like
bingo,
after winning the
yeah,
conference championship, and
and
then
they haven't
what
played
is
yet.
Rob going to be with Michigan? Like that's a big win to win that game versus Ohio State
I
at the end of
forgot
the
about
year.
Rob in Michigan. Oh
That's a
shit!
huge win right
Wait,
now. Like,
Rob beat Ohio State.
yeah, at the end of the season, he
What was
beat
that
Ohio
score?
State. They put up points. It was 58-56, 2-point game.
Oh my god! Ann Arbor. I don't know that. Wait, if Rob won that, let me think. SEC. It's really just. Is it really? Can it be just me, T, and Rand? Like, can Rand get back to like? That's back-to-back years losing to what? Me, Tennessee, and South Carolina. We all beat them last year too. So I don't. But then Boone will lose to
Boone to do what he did, lose to
anybody.
Florida when he was hot
Lose
as
to.
hell, coming off them hot ass wins, and
That's why I
then
respect
sweat the
Florida
bread.
because he caught Boone on a hot streak. Like Boone needed to get in. He needed that
He
win
needed that win to get
bad.
in. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
why you ain't heard from Boone since the loss. We ain't heard from
and
Boone since
damn,
that
so if
loss.
Florida's acting like that and Texas can act like that and get it together, will that keep Bam? That's a good ass question, yo. I don't know because I don't know if Ohio State got it in him, bro. I'm gonna go with Rand. I feel like Rand got it in him to figure it the fuck
Yeah,
out
because
for real, for real.
Look, I just said this about Antonio. What I appreciate about him is there ain't no fold in him. Rand don't got no fold in him either. Like, Rand deal with the shit. All right, it is what it is, and keep it moving, and let's get back to the get back. And he got the firepower to always get back and keep his
I
team
think
right.
that's yeah. I think that's why I want to go with Rand because I feel like he gonna buckle down
But
and really like.
Antonio is invested in Ohio State, bro. Like, I'm just telling y'all from a personal standpoint that the man ain't going nowhere. He's invested. Ain't no burnout. He just got to figure it out right now. Like, he still got the boosters behind him. He still got the AD behind him. And, the fan base not, but he still got the right people that can make a decision on him behind him. So I think they're in a good situation. But I think the Big Ten has gotten better. If Oregon and UCLA are where they are right now and they can stay there, because Indiana coming. Let's just call it what it is. USC already came, but
I keep trying to tell
Indiana's coming.
motherfuckers, yeah. Let me ask you. Let me ask
No,
you
it's
then.
not,
Let's
bro.
take you
I
back
am one of
to
them dudes
take it back to
respectfully. I
whatever
only
year you
have two
want.
people
But
I'm
you're. Let's
struggling
take
with
you
right
back to the
now.
end of whatever year you was playing ball. You are a running back. You're a vintage Travis Hunter running back, cornerback with the championship mind. You got family that came from NFL pedigree, so you know about winning. You want to be a winner. Alabama at 2034 knocks on your door and Ohio State is calling your phone in 2034. Are you answering the door for Alabama or do you pick up the phone for Ohio State? Like, which one do you really feel like, not as just a coach, but which one do you feel like it still has their integrity on their organization? Because they've both lost their integrity and identity in different ways, but they're still maintaining something. So it's just like,
See,
I
I
think it
don't.
comes down to where do you think the kids is going to want to play and really where do you think niggas going to buy in? Because I play this. Alabama lost niggas last year for championship contender. I know Ohio State had to lose niggas last year for championship contender. That can really two steps forward, two steps backward on all that like NIL, all that buy-in when you still can't control modern day kids feeling like, nah, I'm the fuck out of here.
And yet, you start looking at top classes right now, and guess what? Ohio State at 4, Alabama at 8, and I would say Alabama at 8 strategically. Like, this
OC
is
don't have the
this
track
is
record
him.
this disc,
This
bro.
is him. This is him doing what he do, right? Like, he went and got the guys he wanted out of high school, so he can go crazy in the portal. And Ohio State has been this way every year. So, like, that's a hard question to ask because both programs can get to the players they need at any moment
Let's
from
be honest,
anywhere,
we
right?
not in the same
From
boat.
high school or from the transfer portal. So, like, I would first of all, I would answer the call for both teams and listen to them persuade me why I should go to them, right? Like, I would do that because they're both in a situation where they still blue bloods and they still can get whoever the fuck they want when they want them. So I wouldn't be scared to build either one of them teams in my liking, right? I think Alabama is still built to be able to do whatever you want when you want, right? Like, um, I don't
I
think
agree.
I think. All right, look, put it this way: if I'm Alabama, I'm saying Oklahoma and now South Carolina has became a thorn in my ass a little bit. I'm not worried about the rest of the SEC. Like, if I'm Alabama, I'm not worried about the rest of the SEC,
Yeah.
right? But the Big Ten, Antonio got a lot of obstacles in his way while he's trying to get back to prominence, right? While he's trying to get back to on top of that conference. It's too many moving pieces over there that's moving up the totem pole and the Big Ten
That's
than
where
it
my
is
next
the
question was.
SEC.
I was about to say is that kind of puts back to the question of like, I guess it's more so, do we really believe that Texas and
Bama
Florida
will be
are showing
dominant.
up
It's just a
as
tough
they are to
stretch.
kick Alabama out and really
Facts.
threaten Alabama?
Yeah,
If we
yeah,
don't,
yeah. I don't think so yet, right? I think it's not enough data to say that, right? Like
actually, I'm with
we've
you.
seen teams be hot and then not be hot, right? Like, can Texas maintain what they're doing right now this year? Is it a 1 year wonder, or can it be something that's sustainable going forward? Same thing with Florida. I think the arrow's up for Florida right now, but we're going to see, right? I don't see that. I don't care how many playoff appearances Alabama missed. If you play Alabama, they got a chance to beat 99% of the league at any time, right? Like, at any moment, you
Hmm.
line up with him, he could beat anybody. So, so in my eyes, I look at Alabama as the schedule, right? The conference schedule was hell over the last 2 seasons, right? Like this year, for 2 years straight, I haven't had to play Arizona State or really nobody important in our conference. And then next year, now we're going to play each other. Everybody going to play each other for the next two
I
years,
still
and it
feel
flips
like
off 2 years,
Antoine's still on
2 years,
his
right? So,
conference, bro. He just had a bad year.
nah, he had a couple of bad years.
Who?
Antonio, but I do think Antonio, and I think the big listen. I think the Big Ten with Indiana on the rise. Oregon is showing what he's doing with a team, with a coach, a competent coach,
And
and then
UCLA
you
just got
still
his
got,
first bag.
and you see exactly UCLA just got his first bag. He in the building, and then you still got to worry about what Penn State gonna look like, right? Like Penn State playing his games is a different situation than not playing them. Like, so we're gonna see, right? Like, but again, that's the conversation I'll be having. Those that are you gonna fold because you don't like your situation, or are you gonna fight through it? And that's why I said you got to give Alabama the credit, because he gonna fight through them shits all the time. Like, it ain't no bitching out or nothing. It's just fight through it, deal with the consequences of whatever you're dealing with, and then fight through that shit. But I do think that when it comes down to the SEC, he's still right. Right, the rest of those teams over there are all doing their thing. Right, everybody in the SEC doing their thing. But can you look at Alabama outside of the top three yet? Just because he didn't make the
In
playoffs
the
a couple years in a
SEC,
row?
In the
Yeah.
SEC, no, no, not yet. That's what I was
nah,
saying. But like,
nah,
it's
nah.
still me, him,
Alabama
and
then,
T.
regardless of how many times he make or don't make the playoffs, they still a force. I mean, up until they started playing each other, when they like number 2 or 3 in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like five or
Yeah,
some shit like that,
and
literally
they
before it
already
started.
went through their non-conference. Yeah, if Alabama, they definitely top 3 in the conference, and I think LSU could be there, but we need more consistency. I think Tennessee could be there, but we need more consistency. Um, and then who I'm missing?
Florida, but LSU will definitely do some shit like beat
Florida.
Alabama, then
Well,
lose to
Florida
me.
just got there.
Yeah,
Florida just
last year,
got
yeah.
there. And then you got Georgia. You got Corey, right?
Where it's
Corey
like up and
Corey
up
had a
and down
hot
because
season
Corey came
last
in with
year.
I was about to say he came in with that senior quarterback, junior,
That was
senior, and
that was
then
a
now he's
one
got
hit
a
wonder,
freshman.
man.
Now he's got a freshman,
But he
so
That
it's
got
nigga
like,
named Mims, and
but he do got three freshmen all in the same class on offense that like Corey like boom with players. Once they ready, he can do some damage with them
that's what I
niggas.
was about to say. Corey's is a timing thing where I think next year's
well,
timing, his shit will look better. He's
well,
playing with
hold
three
on, hold,
freshmen.
hold on. Can I say this? Can I add this to it? Freshman, senior, etc. Right? But that says something about you, the player. If you gotta wait till niggas fully develop to be great, to be good, and then what the other 3 just are
Now for
ass why they get built? Like,
I, I
I don't
think
know about that.
I think true freshman is a little bit different. I'm with you, but these are true freshmen we're talking about. Like in
Yeah,
season 9, true freshmen, you're gonna
yeah.
take some losses. You're gonna get aired, no matter what. Now, if next year as redshirt freshmen, we still kind of like, oh, I'm young, can't say that. Me, Bo Bentley, we went redshirt freshman to the joint. We lost it, but we win. So it's like, I think once you get off of that, but true freshman in season 9, I will give a little bit of grace, a little bit.
Yeah, but Falk ain't wrong to say
He ain't
when
nah.
when
He's
when the
not.
guys aren't ready, you still got to do something yourself to keep the train on the track.
like you said, if we see the consensus where it's you juniors and seniors, and now we getting a good push versus a spread, then that's a little bit different. But if you only relevant when it's juniors and seniors, then
Like when I'm playing homegrown, if they freshman, sophomore, whatever, I'm gonna try to keep the train on track. And I just know when I get them, if I can keep them to their junior and senior year redshirted, they in the playoffs they'll play better for me. I know that, right? But like everything else, you got to account for and fight through that shit. And it is, and it is what it is. But like when you look at the top 25, right? To me, let's get back to that where I do think that they got it right. Um, and again, UCLA falling from 8 to 9, and South Carolina not being outside the playoffs is a good thing. Like I didn't expect Arizona State to with a 5 point loss to fall out of the top
Five
four.
spot.
Yeah, like 5 spots like that was crazy.
I mean, let me ask y'all this. Not me, my guy. I fuck with Notre Dame, but is he benefit from
Being
y'all
in
work over there?
Yeah,
Well,
but because he got moved into the conference, he hasn't had to play anybody yet. Really, it's not his fault because you can counter it by saying when he was in independent, he played everybody. So I think that he's getting a fresh start over there, and until we all got to play each other, you're not gonna see this play out, right? Like think about it. I was only able to add one player, one user game to a schedule, and it's been like that for two
they
seasons
they
because he's on
they,
that
they were
probation
they were
period.
saying that, and there's no shade. It might come off as shade, but they were saying free run Ricky last year when they seen him in the top four Notre Dame. That was what they were saying. It's free run, and now it look like he's there again. But whoever gonna play him got a free run. Like, what do y'all got to say about that?
So you saying Clemson goes to plays Notre Dame in a bowl game in the quarterfinals, a free run for
well,
Clemson?
They
Colorado
said
played
they
Notre Dame
right
last
now
year.
the narrative now was trending on X is Clemson got a free run to the semifinals.
I get the logic because I mean Notre Dame hasn't played nobody thoroughly. Not his fault, but it's just the fact of it. He hasn't played nobody,
He is
and then
familiar with Clemson. They play a lot. They played a lot in the
they played the
independent, so they is
yeah. I was about to say
familiar
in
with
the
him.
independent, but
And you could say he lost in overtime to me in the playoffs last year. So like he took me to the fucking playoff to the wire, but he was going
Oh
through
my
that
bad, I'm sorry, free run.
twelve
They were
point
saying it
five.
was you that
no,
had
it
a
was
free run.
Ant. Yeah,
They
Ant
were
played
saying
Notre
you
Dame
had a
last
free
year
run because
at
he
the
was in
top.
your bracket.
Yeah, and I almost didn't. I almost didn't have
I
that
was
free
like, he
run.
almost lost though, so I'm like, I don't know.
History repeats itself.
But when you look at these games,
Rerun,
right? When you look at the games of the first round, like
rerun.
they line number 8 up Indiana with number 9 UCLA. UCLA
They
got to go to
battles.
Indiana. I like Indiana Stadium. My question is UCLA Indiana 8-9 game, right? The winner of that goes to number 1 ranked Colorado in the All-State Sugar Bowl. How do y'all see this game playing out? UCLA Indiana.
You know what? I really, one of my losses came to Indiana early in the season, right? And they got something. I don't know what it is, but they got something with them, right? But you know who else got something with him? UCLA.
Yep.
And something about when he played conference games, he meet the bell. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like most people on paper going to go UCLA out. I think it's going to be a close. And I think if UCLA can get a couple stops, because Indiana coaches just want to put 90 on him like they do, I think UCLA could surprise him.
If he forced Indiana, like if Indiana going for gusto all game long and he play football, UCLA could force him into a close
Not
scoring
gonna be
game.
close at all, loudly
Uh,
crying face.
Like think about it. He's saying it right now. Not going to be close at all. He going to blow him the fuck out, and he really feel that way, and he is not lying. And that's the crazy part about it. But my thing is UCLA could use that to his
Stretch alert,
advantage.
Willie. Stretch alert, Willie.
He can use that to his advantage. I will say this: UCLA, when he do win the games, he wins methodically, and he does a lot
Rerun prime.
offensively and defensively. And I think you got something to say for a guy that can put drives together, right? Like I always say that
Rerun prime.
a one play touchdown guy ain't don't scare me like a guy that can put an 8 to 12 play drive together consistently. Like We could argue though the 6 versus 11 game is probably the game of the week for sure, right? Arizona State, South Carolina. Like both of their playing styles is like different, right? Like that shit crazy. Like it's a
Arizona
game.
State quiet, man. I don't like it.
He always been quiet though.
I got South Carolina by a lot. Not this quiet. I got South Carolina by a lot.
He been quiet, man. Like he going something. I don't know what it is. But quiet, man.
I got South Carolina by like 14.
Wow.
I ain't
That's
gonna lie.
disrespectful. 2-time national champ?
Yep.
That's disrespectful.
He been idle for too long, and South Carolina's pissed off.
Hold on. So you basically saying because Arizona State's been idle.
I got South Carolina by 14. I got Indiana by 10. I don't think neither one of these niggas is coming. Yeah, I don't think neither one of these niggas is coming to play around with this first round. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
We're gonna get some good games no matter if the first round or not, right? Texas is going to North Carolina.
That's crazy. The two-time champion in this league been dominating the Big 12 since year one. With free run prime over there.
Free run prime. Free run
prime. He been dominating over there with free run prime.
You know what's funny though? You see how I ain't offended by it. I'm laughing at it. Niggas be losing their mind over shit, bro. Oh my god.
You think he going by 2 touchdowns?
2 scores, 2 touchdowns. Yep.
Now hold on.
I give it minus 10.
So look at my logic here, Max, and you, I want you to follow me. And you might not agree with it. Out of the Arkansas crew, right? Not Alabama, Arkansas, right?
Arkansas.
Brandon the best in college this year, yes or no?
Easily.
Not easily, bro. Crazy as fuck.
Okay, so he said, Max said easy. Hold on, Ant.
He ain't never touched Clemson, I don't think.
Let me cook, Ant. Clemson just dog walk South Carolina.
Yep.
See my logic, Max? Hold on. You see my logic?
I see it.
Wait.
I see it. That game last year, though, South Carolina dog walk Clemson.
Listen, Clemson. I think Clemson, arguably, is different right now, bro. Let's just call it what it is. Like, he's different.
I don't know.
He's been different for a little bit right now. Like, he's different. Now, again, you can never call him better than Arizona State when Arizona State got 2 of them bitches. I just know this.
He won by 3.
I just know this. Being hot down the stretch matters, right? Clemson.
Who said that? He won by 3? Was that T?
Nah, that's Kemp saying that. Benny said, "Chill, fuck y'all talking about." He beat him by 3 last year. He ain't dog walking.
Fuck Clemson.
With the year 1 South Carolina, I would call that arguably a dog walk still.
But Clemson just dog walk South Carolina though.
Yeah, but T didn't dog walk him last year. He beat him by 3.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, how you gonna say he gonna beat the best one in the crew by 14?
I just call it how I see it.
I'm not giving T no excuse though. But like, let's stop disrespecting T. Like T ain't got it.
He came in year 1 with a South Carolina scratch.
Like he ain't got it. Hold on, let me say what I'm going to say. Like T ain't, like niggas ain't got a 6-season head start over him roster wise. Knock it off.
That's why I'm saying. Like that's why I'm saying it. Last year he came in year 1, 1-1. Beat Clemson, took me to the wire. This season we play year 2. We play, he beats me regular season. I'm his only loss until Clemson the whole year, which, I mean, Clemson be having some moments, but when it gets down to playoffs, I can't count on Clemson as much as I can count on Clemson during the regular season. So, like, that shit didn't mean nothing to me.
Clemson was just in a championship game 2 seasons ago.
Doing what? Losing. All I know is for him to win to lose. Arizona State, he getting this bitch, it's winning. Like, that's why I give Arizona State that shit easily. Arizona State's a fucking winner.
I got 3
so he's always going to be
14 though, Max?
I said double. I changed it to double digit. I just think Arizona State's been gone for too long. I haven't seen the nigga play a user game in over 5-6 weeks. And you want him to go against South Carolina, who just came off a loss and then another loss? No.
But you've been free running South Carolina over there, little.
I don't see
I see
T
who
losing
the
this
SEC
game.
champions. Who the SEC
I
champions?
don't. But the fact that T made it there year 2 is the part that you're missing. That nigga just dropped off Alabama, X, Y, and Z. Everybody but the champ.
Alabama ain't make the playoffs about 4 years. Like
So we going to
But
sit here
are
and
we
act
still
like
giving the Alabama the love or not? Because it's still
that's
Alabama.
because
They
it's
can
the
beat
free run
everybody.
SEC. The
Oh
free
my
run.
good.
What are you talking
Oh
about?
my goodness.
you said, "Oh my goodness!" Like we ain't listening to you on headset last night, up by 19 straight. Make sure
And
he
then
gets in the playoffs. Knock it off, dog.
nobody made sure I
You
fumbled, and then
made
that's what that nigga
sure.
scored.
You made sure.
No, I fumbled because I was on
He
conservative.
was
Fuck,
talking shit.
fuck,
He was talking
fuck.
shit to
He
it.
made
I said
sure you heard
I
it
said
and
I
I
wanted
heard
him
it.
out the playoffs.
Is
I literally
T listening to this?
the shit's
He
clipped
said
actually.
He
You can
said
actually
he was
it's
dog
clipped.
walking thing.
I did. It's clipped, and I posted the game. It was 19 points.
This
That nigga was getting
this
dog
nigga
walked.
said I'ma
Then he
save it.
scored.
This nigga said I'ma save this nigga. I'ma start running the ball. That's what you said,
No,
brother.
I
I'm
said I'm
gonna
gonna
take
run the
it
ball and
easy.
get the fuck out of
Hold on,
here.
hold on, no. He said this. He said I respect this nigga, so I'm gonna take it easy and start walking. He having a good day.
My shit clipped. I wanted T out that bitch, and I quote. I said, I hope I air this nigga, but I gotta be safe because he'll come back.
He said I respect this nigga, so I'm gonna take it easy and start running the ball.
I want to air that nigga.
That's all
I
right.
ain't want to see South Carolina in the playoffs at
So,
all.
You got
so,
it. You
so,
got
so
it.
you saying
Y'all
14?
And that's the
keep
honest
playing.
truth.
All
And
right.
that's the honest truth.
Keep playing with my nigga T like he ain't an NFL nigga with NIL money. Y'all keep playing with him if y'all want to.
I said that right on the shit. I said I hope I air T.
That roster would be, because if I tell the truth right now, that roster would be caught up right now if he wanted it to. Just that's all I'm gonna say right now. Like
So,
you can't
all
take
right, so
away that
Max,
he's 6 seasons
that shit
behind
called up
right
by
now.
14. Let's bring
digit.
it back. All right,
Double digit.
digit. And what do you have that score line? Arizona State, South Carolina, game of the week.
Don't let me down, T.
I like this game a lot, actually. I don't know what type of focus Brand gonna come in with. Brand got a lot of personal shit going on right now, so I don't know. I want to pick my Big 12 partner, right? Like my Big 12, I'm gonna ride with, but I'm gonna go South Carolina because Brandon hasn't had enough games with his team this year, right? For me to go with him. So I'm gonna go against him, and I'm gonna say South Carolina.
Y'all making good points, and this a pick'em game for me. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just
definitely a
not
pick'em game.
like I've seen enough of T. I don't think T the best in his family right now, and I've been saying this since 920. I don't think he's better than Ty Mom. That's just me. I think it's a pick'em game. I think Arizona State, if he was locked in.
Yo, I love little Ty Mom, but you out here dog ass mom.
Goddamn mom. Bro, boy, I'm over here laughing because bro T be wiping his nose with that nigga, bro.
When Ty Mom lock in, he better than T, yo.
When Ty Mom gets the right game, he holds on to shit like, oh, I beat him by 21 points, and he'll hold on to that. Ty Mom cannot fuck with T on the consistency.
Oh, that's because he don't lock in. He be worried about other shit. When Ty Mom locked in, he better than T and man.
He just don't got the football knowledge like T, bro. He just, bro. No, I'm sorry. Anytime, I just can't think that rationally.
Consistently
if they play 10 times, I think T beat him 7 or 8 times. Really, for real.
No. All right, but listen. All right, back to it though. Arizona State. I think this is a pick'em game because I think Arizona State gonna hear about this shit. He gonna hear about y'all disrespecting free run Prime and free run Ricky. He gonna hear about y'all disrespecting.
Y'all or you?
Yo, fuck his.
I said double digits.
I ain't say no double digits. I didn't say that.
I'm taking South Carolina.
Fuck is over.
Only because the nigga ain't played 3 games this year.
He gonna hear this. He gonna hear this clip, and he gonna be motivated. In a motivated Arizona State, you know what you get. You know free run Prime. You know what you get when you get a motivated Arizona State.
He just lost twice to
Hey, yo,
Clemson and to me.
All right, look, I just got finished saying I'm laughing at it, but you about to chill with all that free run Prime shit. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here.
T just lost to South Carolina.
T
lost to South Carolina and me. When's the last time you seen T lose 3 games in a row? I'll wait.
I'm gonna tell you, it might happen this week. It might happen tonight.
All right. See by double digits for sure.
I guarantee you right now, Brandon. Somebody telling Brandon right now about the disrespect.
And you know what? And you know what about T? I bet you right now he don't give a flying fuck.
Don't worry about it. He gonna get on the game. He gonna bullshit.
That
He gonna
should be
come out that
that
bullshit.
that should
Arizona
be
State going,
that should be
yeah.
funny as hell because niggas don't be paying attention to T. He said he called niggas internets out 3 straight weeks in a row without saying it.
He
Yeah,
said my guys. He said my guys wasn't
my
my
guys
guys
just ain't
was
doing anything. The game gods love y'all niggas. Oh my god, he was
Listen,
calling shit out without calling it out.
listen.
give
You
me
know how
T
it
by
is.
Yeah,
double
he
digits,
going
man.
dog
I ain't
walk the
playing. Yeah, I ain't playing.
yo
Give me T
yo.
by fucking double digits,
If
bro.
Arizona State is locked all the way to fuck in, this could be a
I
great
give
Y'all
it
pick'em
be,
game.
yeah.
But
I
if
give it
niggas
y'all be
let no
yeah.
struggling,
look,
man.
if niggas let T get out of this first round, bro,
I'm trying
Y'all
to,
be
bro. T's,
struggling.
bro. Again, I don't know the last time I've seen T
He,
lose 3 games in a row.
he gonna lose
Seriously,
3 games. Matter of fact, y'all, the free rum twins, y'all got me motherfucking picking Arizona State. Cause y'all sitting here with your free runs and shit.
we put a live bet on it right now. The whole chat can bet on it. I'm telling you right now, T is beating this nigga by double digits.
I don't see that. Oh fuck you, man. Yo,
Listen,
That's only
niggas
10
acting
points.
like.
That's only 10 points.
But
That's a
look,
field goal and a
but nigga,
touchdown.
yo, man, why we doing that? Like, Brent, like, come
They
on, bro. He
talking
got the
like
most.
the
He got the
man.
most championships in this bitch outside of you.
I've
What
been
we talking about?
listen, and
free
exactly,
run, free
and if
run.
I'm the one,
Let free run tell him he doubled him up, huh? Free run. Go ahead, free run.
if
Talk
I'm
your
the one
shit.
saying it, I don't feel like I'm talking out
Talk
my
your shit.
ass. I
So
feel like
tell him
I'm
free
not
run.
talking
You
out my
doubled up,
ass. I
huh?
done played T
Look,
three
Like the
times.
man.
I done played T three
look,
times. He is easily
look,
a top 5,
look,
arguably
Rolling
player
on the
right
floor,
now in the
laughing,
league.
look,
I'm
rolling on
not
the
look,
floor,
bullshitting
T,
with y'all.
laughing, rolling
look,
on the
T,
floor,
T.
laughing.
Listen, nigga, I'm always gonna respect what I know over the years of being in my league. He that nigga, but don't act like Brandon not one of the best college players we had
Hey,
since college came out, bro. Like, knock it off. Like, we tripping right now.
I'm just telling you what I feel and shit. I'm gonna stand on it as my 4-time champ. And if niggas don't like it,
Yo, man.
meet me about it.
That nigga ain't the boogie, man. He just lost 2. He got dog walked. Clemson, ACC dog walked him.
Hey,
And
he
South
got
Carolina. What we talking about?
he got 3 losses in 2 years, and 2 of those lost 3 losses is to a 4-time champ. I think Torselli is in a perfect spot.
Niggas don't even respect your championship. Shut the fuck
I
up.
don't give
Come
a
on
fuck.
here, that
Fuck
Three
them.
shit.
eagle eye was
Yeah, this
throwing
Fuck
on the
them.
nigga.
floor,
The
laughing,
banners hang.
laughing,
Yeah,
rolling
The
on the
banners
floor,
yo,
hang.
laughing.
yo,
I don't give a fuck.
niggas don't be paying attention to Max, bro. He always taking shots.
The banner hangs.
Hey,
I don't give a
hey,
This
fuck
listen,
if
nigga
man.
you
throw
respect
more
it or
shots
not.
than a
That
little
shit's up
bit, bro. This
there.
nigga
Listen.
crazy, bro.
Arizona State. So Max, just you booking it by double digits.
10 points. Book, hey, T, book me down 10 points,
So
my
the
brother.
line is going to be plus 10,
I
minus
don't know
10.
what
That's
the
the
line.
line.
Well, that's Vegas. That's in Jay's
That's the
category.
line. That's what
I don't
you
know what.
saying.
Yeah,
At least 10, right?
I'm not Vegas. That's Jay with the
Nah,
connection to
all y'all
Vegas.
gotta do is go to the
I'm
main
taking
chat.
minus
Laughing.
10. I'm
Medium
taking
dark
minus 10 on
skin
the alt.
tone.
Like if it's
Medium
alt, I don't
light
care what the
skin
line's open
tone.
at. I'm moving my shit to minus 10.
Listen, Get Goes Jay got the motherfucking money line out there
Yeah,
in the chat
let him
anyway.
put it out there. Yeah, I put my shit
At least
minus
he, at
10.
least he
Whatever he
did the
want to give him.
playoff. John. We ain't seen Jay since motherfucking week 1. Oregon
Since
took
Who,
care of
who
him.
is that?
since the
Who Jay? Who
dinosaurs.
is
That's what I
Jay?
said. I told you we ain't gotta. We ain't.
Who is
I don't
Jay?
know.
A nigga got fired on his
Somebody
day
for
off.
Texas Tech. Somebody
Who?
for Texas
We got
Tech.
you on
Who?
Texas Tech?
A nigga got fired on his day
Man,
off.
nigga need to
I
go
He
ain't
to
started.
seen it.
Baylor.
He
I ain't
started
seen
UConn.
to.
a post from Texas Tech in about 6 weeks.
He
Send
started
that
to
nigga to
fuck
Sam
you
Houston.
mean.
Send
Who
that
the
nigga
fuck
to
is that?
Sam Houston.
This nigga is solely responsible for the Fuck You Mean podcast. Shit
Man,
crazy.
listen, man. Shout out to him, though, man. He got me back in my bag.
And he
Man, but
got but he got a
let's get to
Oh
our
newborn and
yeah,
kid
shit.
mine too.
sleeping game.
I stand on that Indiana 10 points too. I like both
I'm
of
not
those
gonna
in right
argue
now.
that. I'm not gonna argue that because I think Tamon is better than Chief. So I'm not gonna argue that.
All right, so Texas is in the playoffs for the first time. I think this. I'm not sure. I think he might have got in it early
Wildcat
on,
Shorty.
and he going to a North Carolina team that's sitting at 11-2 with a senior quarterback
First
that just
round
won the Johnny
Chapel
Unitas
Hill.
award. How do you feel about
First
this
round
football
Chapel
game?
Hill. Huh?
I mean, if
Nah,
UNC losing to the first round, if UNC losing to the first round, I don't want to continue talking about them
yeah, he keep
too
talking
much
all this
longer.
free run shit.
Hey
Like,
Yeah,
man, listen.
if he's
Hey,
notorious,
listen.
UNC's got three.
One thing both free world brothers can never say. Fuck always in it. I'm always there. I don't care how I get there. We always there. It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm always there.
what?
I'm always gonna get one. So
I just need to know if
you know,
it's
it's cool. Oh, it's all right. I'm playing dogs. I'm playing Clemson,
Mom, stop. You don't have you
Indiana.
packing
Ain't no, I
sneakers
ain't
up
gonna
for
lose
no
to that.
reason. Leave them alone. Leave all that alone.
who
Leave
was
that
your
You
alone.
first
better
round
go.
exit to? Nah,
There
the
you go.
Miami one was bad. Or that Florida State first round exit, that was it. That was inexcusable in my opinion. That was bad.
No,
Who
no,
Then
I
you
had
never
lost,
lost no Florida State.
or
who
was it
lost
Miami?
who
Who
had a
you lose
Florida
to first
State?
round? Falk got two
I
first round
lost to
exits.
Georgia and I
He
lost
lost
to
to
Ed first round.
Georgia. I thought
Georgia,
that was I
You
thought
Georgia,
didn't he
hey,
lose to
nah.
Miami
listen.
too?
You
I
didn't
think he
No,
lose.
I
lost to
never
No,
was
he
no
Miami.
never. No, he
Shogun.
did. He didn't even lose to me in the first round. That was the second round that I went to the semis that year.
No, that was the first round. Y'all played at the
No,
bottom
it's first
bracket. Y'all was in
round.
the bottom
Oh,
left. Y'all was in that bottom left. I
Yeah,
remember that
the
oh
specifically,
last
which
yeah.
is
2 years,
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
well, the
That's
3 years
it.
now, I've been in the first round.
Oh yeah. That's the game where you had 25 rushes for like 500 on me. Like yeah, I remember that shit.
But
Yeah.
listen though, listen, and this real talk, and this is no shade. If I lose this game, I gotta be down there with the Rams. No disrespect, I mean all respect. Boom. Like I can't hold my hat on what I used to do or what I used to be. It's about what have you done lately. And right now, we ain't even getting in the quarterfinals no more. Like we ain't even sniffing that shit. We ain't like we 5 or 6,
And I ain't even
7.
winning conference
No,
championships in a while.
Niggas ain't even winning
Yeah,
CCs
it's
no more.
weird. This
but
nigga,
look,
this
my
nigga
coach
needed. Oh,
prestige and being
this nigga, look,
Oh shit.
this nigga need,
we
yo.
ass right now.
You should have saw him last year. He was praying, looking at the schedule, like, yo, who in front of me?
Hey, listen.
Hey man, that's
Hey,
Scared as
hey,
listen.
fuck.
you
It
could I
got
couldn't
in
have said
that
it no
good.
better.
Hey,
That's
I
how
ain't
I'm
never. I don't
feeling.
got no player. You know how they got DMPs? Did not play.
Yeah.
Did not participate. I don't got that when it comes to the offs. Best believe me. Let me be great. Let me be great. It's a lot of motherfuckers that got did
yo,
not participate in the
yo,
offs, and I
yo,
ain't one of them.
yo. It don't matter. Was you not scared as fuck last year?
I
Sit
was.
that, sit
Yo,
that
you know
Tim.
why? Because
Scared
I
as
listen.
shit.
I
Mom,
was because I thought
stop
the
bringing
streak was
sneakers up
over.
here. Leave it alone. Come here, come
I thought
on.
the streak was over, so I
Give it
was
to me.
concerned.
Thank
You know
you.
what I mean? But we do what
Yeah,
we
but
need to
stop bringing them
do.
upstairs,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
I mean,
Come
I will
on.
say you at least in the
You don't
playoffs.
need,
That's
take
a
them
little
back downstairs. Take
different
the shoes
than
back
But
some of the
downstairs.
other people you
I
named.
gotta
But
start.
I
I
get what
gotta
you mean
start.
though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't place you too far in front of them, and
Oh
that's really
no
where I
no
was
no.
going. Yeah.
I'm down there with the I'm down there with
And
the second tier. I ain't in the
Nah,
and
first
ain't
tier
no
nah.
yet.
and ain't no and
Nah,
ain't
nah,
no
knock it
disrespect to
off, bro.
Texas, but
Knock it off, bro.
If Falk got three first
Yeah,
round
first round.
exits,
Yeah.
that
Again. I mean, no disrespect, but y'all gotta pick me down there
no
with
bias here,
Daniel
Nah,
no
and
nah,
bias.
Triple
bro. That's
D.
like if we
What?
going
Hey,
We
if
talking
listen,
about a
listen,
champ.
listen,
We talking
man.
about a
if we
Listen.
champ.
going
We
I
talking
if
ain't
about
we
a
been
going,
shit.
a
bro.
I ain't
national
been
champ
shit
getting
since
three
year
first round
5.
exits is crazy.
If we going to do that, bro, like I said, it's always 32 losers no matter how you look at it. I mean, 31 losers no
But
matter how you look
hey,
at it.
listen,
But bro,
bro.
I lost 3 national titles, my nigga, 3.
Listen though. You're right. You're right. You have. But listen, you still in the quarterfinals year in year out. You still recruiting year in year out. I
I don't think
can't
we got a
go
first round
from
exit, nigga, either.
UNC in the beginning. Look, in the beginning, UNC, I was there. I was the
Mm-hmm.
first seed, second seed. Now I was losing, semifinals, national championship because my team wasn't there. But now I don't got no excuse. My team there. So I'm just throwing
Not
it out
only
there.
there, you just had one of the best recruiting seasons of anybody in a long time. Like you went to fuck North Carolina went crazy in high school recruiting this year. Like to bring in 5 elite fucking players is
Shout out to the
is roster changing, right? Like that changes your roster around, right? Like because niggas don't
shout
pay
out to
attention.
the
All them
guru.
5 stars don't be coming out like that, bro. Like 5 stars be coming out normal and impacts. Like they don't really come out like that. Like I had the number 7 player 5 star in the class and he came out impact, bro. Like and you look at him, you would think he gonna be star elite. You get more 4 stars elite and all that than anything. You had 5. Like I don't think you missed on one 5 star you brought in this year. Like
I
tell
did to Max.
no, I'm not talking about. Yeah, you gonna lose the Max all the time. Max be on some bullshit. That's why we don't fuck with him when it come down to recruiting. I'm talking about the five
He's
stars you
still
brought
number
in
one. Fuck
all have
Max.
traits. The 5 stars you brought in all had traits. Like nobody came in impact or
Yeah, they
nothing.
did. They did. They was. I didn't have not one. Yeah, they all got tricks. Yep.
Now, before we ignore the fact that who you got winning, Max, Texas or North Carolina,
North Carolina by 7.
I'm a dog walk Texas.
I got
I want
Texas
to
Hey,
pick
y'all
winning this
know
more.
I'm
game.
playing.
I want to pick more, but that Wildcat might take the air out the fucking
Else.
time.
I got Texas winning
Listen,
this
man.
game.
I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, That's my kryptonite right now. Like I can't Clemson and no fucking running backs. One
Niggas,
cut and he gone. I can't stop the run
nigga,
right now. So
niggas acting like
shit.
before we left Double R sitting idle, Texas ain't dog walk motherfucking LSU dog walk Florida in that championship that
Uh-oh.
semifinal game before he
Yeah, the
pushed me
Wildcat
into the first
Willie.
win. Yeah. So
Wildcat Willie.
I mean, Florida,
so we don't
dog
see
shit. But
no upsets in the
hold
first
on,
round.
wait, Florida dog shit.
Nope.
Hold on,
I don't honestly. I don't. I see
no
everybody coming in
upsets.
there. I see everybody coming in and handling the business that they
No,
need
no,
to.
no. I mean, technically, from what you said, 11 beat the 6. That's an upset.
Oh yeah. Because that's right. They are ranked there. Yeah. I'm not looking at the numbers right now. Yeah. That'd be the only upset. I got T beating Arizona State.
So fuck, you got Arizona State winning that game, right?
Listen, man. You know I fuck with, but I don't even think he the best in his family when it comes to the game. And I think this is what I think. If Brandon listens to this, he gonna be motivated. It's gonna be a game, and I think it'll be a pick 'em. But if Brandon don't listen to his boys, don't hype him up, he's gonna do what he do.
All
But the
right.
one thing about Tito, and y'all know this, and this is what I say, he already looking past Arizona State and Oregon, and he think he gonna play Max in the semifinal. That you know how T do. T already thinking about that. Like so he might, you know what I'm saying? Like you know when you like, oh yeah, I gotta. Shit, this is easy. Let me load up. Shit, I don't even need to eat. Nigga, let me load up. Come on, nigga. And the nigga bring that pressure to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
The
saying.
funny shit is T and Tymon both looking at this playoff picture, thinking that
Thinking
they
both of
about
them
to
is gonna make
dog
it.
walk
Yeah.
everybody to the national championship again. They think they ready to dog walk everybody.
And they should feel like that because they good at the game. They're good at the game.
That's why it's
They
easy to
really
bet
are.
on them though. Easily.
They really are.
Confidence is a motherfucker. If you have confidence,
They
that's
really
half
are.
the battle.
They really are good. No lie, they really are.
And then I'm an asshole. That game he broadcast any nigga that's on the road coming to me, you broadcast that shit ain't getting played. I'm taking it for his win. That's some bully shit, right? I am not playing that shit. I'm telling you right now. Fuck that. Save that shit and post it later. Weak ass. You know what? All right, let's get to this 5-star flex real fast, and then get to some conversations over what's going on around the world right now when it comes down to awards and things, right? All right, I should have went the other way, but let's go top classes right now. So for Oklahoma in high school right now during the early national signing day has the number one high school class in the college football right now. Do they hold on to this ranking all the way out through transfer portal and everything, or do you think that it's a right now moment for them? 24 total commitments, 6 5-stars, 15 4-stars, 3 3-stars brought in with a 261.65 point system right now. They're number one. When you look at what they did in this year's high school recruiting, you got to give them some credit of how amazing it is. When you look at everybody brought in, when it comes down position ranking, he brought in the number one right tackle, the number one Mike, the number one running back, the number two edge, right edge, the number three receiver, the number three center. He brought in the number 4 wide receiver. He brought in the number 6 wide receiver. He brought in the number 6 right tackle, number 7 left edge, number 8 corner, right? And that's just the first 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. His first 11 recruits on the board, 11 of them are in the top 10. That's impressive of his own at the position. Then you start looking at the next group of guys he brought in out of the 24, right? So now the next 13 players are the number 11th player at his position at right tackle, the number 12th player at free safety, number 14th player at right guard, 16th tight end, 19th Mike, 24th Mike, number 29 free safety. Then you start looking at, this is when he looked at the board and saw that you and me were the 1 and 2, and he just started grabbing niggas because he could at this point. But this is probably still of the recruiting class. Didn't ghosting. Can you tell me if he got a trade open for you already, or you don't know it?
Um, who is that? Is that Golston?
Running back from out of Chicago, Illinois, that you beat out me in Florida for. 92 speed, 92 excel, 93 agility.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a he's a fucking normal.
All right. Speed kills. All right. So then he got the number 49, 59, 69, 70, and then 113. That's 24 guys he brought in.
This
Before you say anything, Falk, hold on. Max, when you look at this class, I look at it like this. Over the last 2 to 3 seasons, which you did on the offensive line, because when you get a green gem, they pluses, right? So you either get a 5-star plus, 4-star plus, or 3-star plus, right? If it's a 5-star plus, he's almost a 6-star. 4-star plus, he's a 5-star, vice versa. You know what I mean? And one down. 3-star, 4-star, such and such, right? But you're continuing this run on offensive linemen where you're bringing in not only the top linemen, you're bringing in plus guys, right? To be able to build for your future, especially at your quarterback position. You're putting a wall in front of them. Is this the best recruit that you brought in this year? 6'6", 311 pounds, agile right tackle from Mayville, Tennessee.
Uh, I would say it's really between him and the receiver, but I probably would give it to the lineman. I can't see his strength right now, which is the only thing that I think would be the icing on the cake for him, for real. But he's an elite, so obviously, uh, everything that comes with that, and the road dog that he's got is on silver, winning time on silver. And he already comes in with like a gold quick drop. So I would say that he's probably like the number one prospect. I just can't see the strength. So that really does define if he can kind of
Now
get into that.
you didn't bring any more plus players, right? But you just mentioned the receiver. Now, which receiver are you talking about? The one you stole from me and
The
Wildcats?
Oklahoma receiver, Marcus
So
Rudkins.
Ruggins. So Marcus
Rudkins, yeah.
Ruggins at 6'5", 205 pounds. What makes him special outside of the
He
size?
comes he comes in with 91 speed, 92 excel, 85 release, 92 spec catch, silver 50-50, gold team player, bronze press pro, star, 83 catching traffic, 83 catching, 74 awareness, and all of his route running is in the 80s.
And
He's literally
this is the type of receiver that fits exactly what you do offensively with the click on and catch the football, and physical route running. So I do like that in a sense. But I thought Amani Wetsko would have been the guy you was talking about, the speedster at 6', 179. It's the guy you stole from me. Uh, Remind me of his speed. Is this the 90-90 guy or the 93,
he's
92 guy?
he's 90-90.
Okay, all right.
I think that's just why I gave it to. I just think, yeah, Rudkins reminds me of Zeke, which, Rudkins reminds me of Zeke, which was a legendary receiver for us. I felt like throughout his Oklahoma career. And when you come in looking like somebody that spent 4 years here, 5 years, really, Zeke was a redshirt senior, and you come in looking like somebody that reminds me of a 5-year senior, I think that just speaks volume to
on
itself.
on your roster right now, you already got a really good redshirt freshman class, right? Like you had a really good class there, and now you just brought in a whole bunch of new freshmen that will be for the most part redshirted. Is there anybody in this class out of the top 5 stars you brought in? Any of them are day one starters?
Out of the top
Out of
five stars,
out of the six 5 stars you brought in?
yeah, it's I think we're gonna have. I think Golston will honestly get some special teams, like full on starter. No, I think that'd be a little tough, just
But
because depending on
Golston
the.
not a 5 star. I'm talking about the six
You said,
five
oh,
stars you brought in.
I thought you said outside of them, like not them. My fault. I
No,
thought you were
no.
saying not including
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Is any of these guys they going to see the field year one?
Uh, Probably just Rudkins and maybe honestly the maybe Huff.
The
Depending
running
on
back
what my
Huff.
running backs, yeah, depending on what my current running backs do, I can't obviously predict the future about who's going to leave and maybe for what reasons. But he was a 5-star, actually red gem. He still came out on impact, but he actually, I think it was just some morale, some personality things. Certain people weren't fond of him, got deemed a red gem. But I mean, he's extremely solid, and I think he can find ways to be eccentric on the field for us. Him and the receiver, I see definitely um, being day one starters. The linemen, it just kind of depends, but really the receiver and the running back, I could see coming in getting 30, 40% snaps kind of ordeal. It's a true
Okay.
freshman.
All right. Now let's go to the number 2 team. Fuck, you brought in 27, 5 5 stars, 21 4 stars. First of all, your first 5 star out of high school came in 2033. Not just one, you brought in 5 out of high school. You always get 5 stars in the portal, but this year you got 5 stars from high school. All right. Now, when we break your roster down, first of all, I would like for you to start here. Go to your recruiting and tell me each one of those 5 star traits, and we can start with Dove. Raymond Dove, the number 1 D tackle in the country, power rusher from out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, 6'1", 296 pounds. What is he? Is he
He's
normal?
elite.
All right, so elite. Then you go and get the number 2 wide receiver in this year's class, Marquis Fisher, 6'5", 203 contested specialist. What trait does he have?
Star.
Star?
Star, yes.
All right. When you look at his scouting, what's the catch your eye thing about this kid?
Come in gold 50-50.
Gotcha. All right. Now you got the number 2 running back in the nation in high school, who they player comp to Christian McCaffrey, and not because they're a white boy, but they really say he played like Christian McCaffrey. 1,000 yards as a receiver, 1,900 yards as a runner, 56 touchdowns his senior year. You got a running back on your roster that's done that in college right now. So is that the mold? Is that why this guy is so important? And you really
Yeah.
sent all your resources out for St. Augustine, Florida, East-West playmaker. Not only is he coming in with the speed, but what is his physical traits?
You got team player and you got shifty development trait elite.
And he coming in as elite. I didn't call you. No. You just keep coming up here grabbing shit. Now you just changed your sneak. You got the one sneak that's wrong, and the other sneak is that. You need to put the black sneaker on. I asked you to not change your clothes and do anything else because we're going to leave soon. So stop. Okay, please? All right, thank you. All right, so Josh Small, he's number 3 in the state of Florida. I mean, first of all, Florida, we know that's a football factory. 20 in the nation, and he comes in at elite, you said?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now we're looking at the number 2 center in this class, 6'3", 301 pound, agile from Colonial Heights, Virginia. What's what is he? Star, normal, elite?
He's a normal, but he got several abilities.
What's the abilities?
Quick step, screen enforcer.
Gotcha. All right. Now we're looking at right guard, 6'4", 289 pounds from South Carolina, Greenswood, South Carolina. 6'4", 289 pounds, agile. Number 1 player in the state of South Carolina. Number 1 at his position at right guard, agile. What are we looking at? 30th in the
He's
nation.
normal on his trait, but he got mental, O-line, rally, winning time, and then ability, enforcer, quick step. Quick step looked like it's Brown.
All right, so you got 5 elite players on the team, and out of the 5 stars you got, it sound like you said 2 of them was elite?
2 elite, 1 impact, 1 star, and 2 normal.
So 2
elite, 1 star, 1.
Got you. Now, as I go through your board and we start looking at players, the next thing I'm looking for is any 5-star pluses, 4-star pluses, 3-star pluses. So we start looking for the green gym guys. All right, and I'm going through your board right now, and as of right now, I'm not finding the green gem, but what you're going to be able to tell me is this. Out of the 27 guys you brought in right now,
Eric Clinton, green elite.
Say it again?
Tight end. Eric Clinton.
Tight end.
Number 9 on board.
Eric Clinton. And he green gem?
Yep.
I'm about saying recruiting, that's why they ain't showing him. Okay, got you. All right, vertical. So who else am I missing? Because I can't see your green gems.
Oscar Hack.
Cornerback, Oscar Hack. All right, hold on. Number 9 corner, number 18 in the state of Florida, 6'1", 200-pound field guy. This is the guy that had 95 speed, 95 excel, right?
Nah.
That's not the corner that had 90. Who's the corner that got the 95 speed, 95 excel, the
That's
fast one? Isaac.
Isaac. No,
Okay.
that's Prince. That's Prince.
Prince. I got you. All right. So Oscar Hack, number 9 corner. He a field corner, wide side of the field. Um, what you have in a veteran secondary right now? What's the chances of this 4-star getting on the field in year 1?
Uh, High. Uh, we have 2 rich corners. Then our slot, our nickel guy, and our dime guy, they're sophomores. So, if they rich or juniors, definitely can see the field.
All right. So one more question before I talk about the position rankings you got. Um, when you look at the class you brought in thus far, and we know the portal one player role as well, having the best recruiting class under your regime this year, how many of these guys are guys that will be impact players in 2034 for you, that will see the field and be guys that help take your team to wherever it's going to go into 34?
To be honest with you, this is new. To get 5 stars, to get this many high profile players that want to play, that can play, um, it's going to be a daunting task to get them on
Hold
the
it.
field because
Sit down, mom.
they not that they earned it, but their rank says they need to play, right?
Okay.
And we've always just developed 3 and 4 stars and whatever, got them red shirt and them, whatever. Um, so it's going to be interesting. It's guys that need to play day one. It's guys that's going to get in camp, spring and fall camp, and sure they can play. And we've told these guys, hey, come compete. We've changed our tune a little bit. That's why we've gotten these guys. We've telling guys they can play as true freshmen. No fucking red shirt.
Out of
Y'all can
27
play as true
players,
freshmen.
out of 27 freshmen you brought in, 19 of them will be there for spring ball. How important it is to get these guys in your facility as early as January?
It's early, man, and we're glad we got that many in. Then we took a different approach. We started telling guys, hey, we want time. We want you playing time. And a lot of them, they play. So getting them in spring ball is going to push our veterans, guys that have been on the team 1, 2, 3 years. May the best man win. Um, but we feel this will start to change our recruiting, this approach.
I'll
Hopefully,
ask.
we'll
I'll ask you
compete
this.
for national championships.
I'll ask you this. When you start to see the recruiting shape itself, right? You said something that was major to me, and you said we used to developing 3-star and 4-star guys and turning them into what they become. Now you're starting to bring the best of the best when it comes down to blue chip players from out of high school. And you start to see a shift. I can give you a prime example of us. We have a total of 23 5-stars on our roster right now. And over the last 4 seasons, you see the shift in the way the players are, the development of those players. And obviously, you got to match certain coaching abilities up to get the maximum out of your young players. But like when you start to see 5-star, like when you got a 4-star on the field and you playing a guy at the same position, you playing against a guy that's a 5-star, you feel the difference in that player, right or wrong?
Yes.
All right. Now that you getting that type of players in the building right now, and we'll say this is the start of it because you've been a development program. Now you're getting the guys, right? How much of a change will that be to what North Carolina will look like going forward if you can continue the run of bringing in top 5 classes? It's the difference between 6 and 9 and being consistently a top 5 recruiting class. Right now in high school, you've been the top 5 guy, and you lose out to the portal to be a top 5 complete class. So you've been bringing in top guys, but not like this position. Number
Yeah.
1 at
I,
D
I
tackle.
think I think what you'll start to see is those games that North Carolina will lose, the 8-point games, the 6-point games, the 3-point games, where we was just we was right there. Those games
Easy,
are
go
going
get
to
me
start.
ice. Go get me the ice, mom.
Those games are going to start flipping to North Carolina and potentially being blowout North Carolina's right because we got the guys. We're not building, we're not developing, we're not NILing. They're coming in and they're and it's gonna show. It's gonna show on the field. I know when I'm going against a team, play Clemson the other day. Yeah, legit several 5 stars on offensive defense. You could just tell. You could tell how they get off blocks. You could tell how they run. You could tell, those things. And sometimes talent, no matter how much scheme you got, talent just wins.
It's always the Jimmys and Joes. It always comes down to the Jimmy and Joes.
Yeah.
That's why my question is this for Max and you. This is a serious question, right? It's teams that consistently get top talent every year, right? Every year they stay getting top talent. So again, my question to you is, how do you look at overachieving and underachieving when it comes down to top talent? The ice tray out of the freezer. How do you call it success, right? Like, I'll give you an example, and this is not picking on him, but like Antonio has been a top recruiter since day one with Ohio State. The translation of getting top classes in versus having to build the players like UCLA. So what do you see? What are the keys you're looking for to call it a successful class?
So in my assessment of it, and again, this is no shot to the people who aren't, but you have to match the talent with the preparation. You have to match the preparation with the people who know how to execute and get it done. And I think what's happening is guys have talent and they're not matching it, whether it's just changing their play calling, changing their approach, changing their scheme, and they're doing what they've always done. Whether if I'm gonna play zone fits, I'm always play zone. But you might got a man-to-man team,
right?
Where you could bring pressure, right? Or you could but you run his own fits, or you might got an O line that's just dominant, and you throwing the ball 50 times, whatever it is, or vice versa, right? You might got 7 receivers, 95 speed and up in the first few years of the disc, like Ohio State had, and niggas corners wasn't running, and yet still you running the ball 25 times. Like whatever it is, you just got to be able to find your strength and press on it, man. I'll say one more thing before I gotta go. I gotta pick up the wife. Recruiting is how you build your. Everybody can't get a top 5 class, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a top 20 class, but those top 20 classes, you are actually building your roster, building your needs, and then you're developing it and it's matching your scheme. It don't matter. It don't matter if you you can do it, but guys aren't doing it. They're not matching. Either they're not getting recruits and got a good scheme, or they got good players and don't got a good scheme.
Jules, I think you got to separate those that are star chasing and those that are building their roster with stars, right? Can you put nuggets in the oven for grandma?
Yo, I'm gonna go get wifey, man. I'm gonna get with y'all a little later.
All right, got you.
Stop ducking, nigga.
All that ducking shit, man. We too old for that shit. Max, you're a prime example of top classes, and it translates. I think you do a good job of bringing in talent to match what you want to do, but finding talent that you end up changing it. Like you went to the Joe Brady offensive coordinator in 2019 LSU playbook. Nah, take that downstairs and put it in the freezer. Yeah, in the freezer. I don't need that one. All right. So tell people that that's trying to figure out this recruiting shit. When is it necessary to when you off script, when you bringing in talent, but that talent don't match what you like to do, and how do you make that work? Like, do you switch the scheme? Like, how do you make that work when you not bringing in? You just at this point you got to chase to get guys, right? You got to bring guys in, and you can't be picky or choose for it. You just got to bring the guys in. Now, how do you manage turning those guys into good scheme pieces versus just bringing in guys to be bringing them in?
I feel like the biggest part when you're getting the recruits is kind of like when you're getting the recruits, obviously you're gonna make sure that sometimes, like you said, sometimes you're gonna get guys that your board is just not gonna be attracted to what you want. So, like example, my shit was not always attracted to a lot of like speedsters and physical route runners. I think over time, I actually like mandated my team towards picking up those type of recruits. I started to pay attention to which recruits liked me per se versus like me. Like especially in the beginning, I really wasn't when I wasn't like being OD like strong arming with people with Oklahoma, trying to like get in where I fit in, but I was still doing a good job. I was more so going after guys that like went after me, or I was sticking to just my areas. But in my areas, I was able to like widespread and pick up maybe one or two of each kind, and that way like you kind of get a little mixed variety and a little mixed blend of it. That way, like honestly, you stay vulnerable to every scheme. I feel like that's where a lot of people I think that's just where my offense differentiates from a lot of people's. Like my offense wasn't just for Joe Brady. It was like to do Joe Brady shit, but like if I can't do Joe Brady shit, like this is still college football, and like it's still black and white, blues and blue and greens that are just very very simple on what college football is. And I think some people have definitely missed that part, which is like something you really can't teach. You gotta like go watch college football a little bit more, honestly. Um, but I feel like with defense, people should not be afraid to go start off the board with 4 and 3 stars in certain teams in certain areas, depending on where you are and like what you got going on. Um, or heavy 4 stars and just specifically go jump for like positions that you want in those like it's gonna look like a rough start in the beginning or it's gonna look like oh I ain't gonna get this guy in the beginning, but like if you're going after a 4 star early and strong, you're probably gonna get them more over than like starting to trying to just chase the 5 stars or just bag up as many 5 stars as possible. Um, I don't feel like people should be recruiting the same positions at this point overly. Like we shouldn't have 4 quarterbacks in one class. It just messes up a lot of things. I feel like it messes up a lot of things with the roster when you over recruit in certain positions and certain archetypes.
And I
Now
agree
your
with you, but
now
like
your
if
whole
you look
board
at
is looking
Clemson
like
though,
dual
he does
threats.
that a lot. He bringing a lot of quarterbacks, but what I saw Clemson do is you watch Clemson change his scheme to fit his players a lot.
I was about to say, yeah, I was about to say he changed it when he came out of Pure Runner. He saw what like backfield creator was. He had that for a while. Then he did like for like one season. He got that from Bama, and then I think the backfield creator taught him that dual threat was really what he liked. But then like exactly with that being said, then he signs this year like backfield creator again and pocket passer, and it's just like that would confuse me too. But I think that's where people are kind of just grabbing recruits and not trying to build the dynasty of what it is. Like now, like I said, now I know what I'm gonna get on my board most of the time. I get the same type of receivers. I get the same type of whatchamacallits. I get the same, and it's changed. Like when I first started off, I was getting elusive route runners and some other shit. Now I get physical route runners and speedsters. Like
Yeah,
I
I
think it
think one
just
thing I've been ahead of the curve with a lot was understanding that what type of prototypes you want to bring, archetype guys you bring in, right? But with Colorado, in a first couple of seasons, it was necessity and it was what we can get, and then we got
exactly
to
yeah.
that mode where we can play with the big dogs and recruit, and now I'm able to bring in what I need and what I want at the same time. And I think that changes the way your roster look. Fuck NIL, right? We all get it. We all got access to that. But what I'm saying is, when you look at your roster overall, and you start bringing in number one class, number two class, year after year after year after year, that matters with everything, right? Like that matters with the way those players play. Like we saw it in 2025 this with Hoodie bringing in 15 5 stars a year. It was just hard to play with him when he had that many top tier talents all over his roster. Um, and the guys that are scheming, right? Like football, a copycat sport, right? When you playing guys, is always something they're doing that make you be like, damn, that was hot. That's nice. I want that. And but then those guys that know how to make it their own, like you take some stuff and then make it your own, right? Antonio did the last media, the conference media video, right? With us in the
Mm.
beginning of the season, and he talked about how the go-go is damn near starting to spread everywhere, right? And it's like, although where the go-go the originated comes from the guy that's our offensive coordinator, Auburn was running go-go before I got into it, right? And
Yeah.
then I just made it loud, right? And then you start to see go through everybody's shit now, right? Nobody was turboing and playing with the scheme of Alabama, and nobody is actually like I respect that people don't steal it and do it themselves, but people implement it at points in their offense as well, right? But you get some guys that come in that's creative enough to
Coach
create a
Bully
scheme,
taking the
right?
NFL job.
Uh, and it sound like Arizona State is out of here. Yeah, so
Uh, they just played.
no, he said give T the first one and he taking the NFL job. Um, yeah, so when you start looking at the scheme of things, right, and you start got guys with schemes, I think there's a lot of guys that are innovative, right? Like there's a lot of guys in this league that are innovative that have their own style and their own scheme, and you can see it take its place. So my question is, when you see guys with their own way of doing things, offensively, defensively, and then you see the talent they bring in or develop, do you see it matching more than it doesn't with what they doing?
Uh, I mean, yeah, you definitely got like you definitely got you got like Boone that did his thing with his with Wyatt. I think like I got like names and references with quarterbacks, receivers really. There's some running backs that do what they match up to do, and I think you can see the way that they're made was the way that they were shaped and the way that they were played. Like Spiller, definitely. Boone with Wyatt, B. Murray made B. Murray a speedster. I feel like my player didn't play like a speedster, but he was labeled a speedster.
While he was at Arizona State, though, I would say he was a spread vertical attack. Like they are dangerous with the big
hmm
plays, right?
So it fit into the scheme of him having multiple speedsters,
Yes,
honestly. Like I think
yes,
most of his
yes.
roster at that point, the first 3 seasons was speedster, and that really played a key part into like I think the play style, the domination, how successful he was, because schematically wise, like zone corners or your hybrids aren't gonna like do as well maybe onto those speedsters. Maybe now you got more bump and run guys, or maybe now you got more man to man guys, so they just play better. And then you got shit like definitely like that with cornerbacks. Like honestly, there's only like 2 or 3 cornerbacks that like the zone is actually decent enough to you could obviously still play zone and pick the play,
Hmm.
but for you to demand the reaction that you probably think you should be getting as often as you're playing zone, y'all be out there with like non-zone corners. So it's like I think shit like that matters. Like I
That's my
got
point.
corners I bring in specifically for man to man because I know their shit says bump and run man to man.
Like if your zone
Obviously they
fit
got some
team, you
dome, but
better bring
yeah.
in zone fit type players, right? Like
And I
yeah,
think yeah, a lot of people miss that, and that's why I say on defense especially, because offense you can kind of get away with it. Like I
right.
could put an elusive bruiser in, and if he got 93 speed, he ain't gonna be as crazy as a 95 speed east-west playmaker, but he'll still run fast. Like it ain't gonna
Hmm.
be nothing crazy. But on defense, yeah, like I don't try to play man to man with a bunch of zone corners out there. Like no, even though their man might be 81, 78, 83. You know what I'm saying? It might be decent, it might be solid. They're still a 94 overall corner, and it's like I gotta play who I gotta play. But like, no, at this point, I play who I want to play, and like I recruit who I want to recruit. So it's a little bit different once you're established. I feel like it's gonna be obviously harder for those guys that just got brought in, but it also can have easy spots within it because everybody just does so much 5-star scrambling. Some of these newer programs really like a 3-star gem or a 3-star, yeah, like a 3-star dual threat quarterback in your right position, or a 4-star 28th ranked man to man cornerback 2 years under the right, like whatever, and you're actually a man playing team. That goes a lot longer than you grabbing just the eighth best corner and he's a zone corner, but like you don't play zone. Like
Hmm.
it's just gonna look real good. It's gonna look cool, but it really doesn't ever like phase into. I feel like definitely on defense. Like I said, offense. get away with it. On defense, though, I think that's a lot of reasons why niggas don't be getting the results they want. Um,
And is a big part of the reason why sometimes we might just think internet, but then you see the dummying out and all that, and it could be that the player archetype is not fitting what you're doing defensively, scheme wise, right? Like, and you start to see them break down and do some things that we might connect to. Damn, what's going on? The connection ain't good, but it's really you just got a player out of position and having to make
and
a play or something you
especially,
can't do.
especially in your league where shit, my deep threat receiver, my speedster receiver might be really a everything receiver. He's just labeled a speedster. Like
Hmm.
I feel like again on offense, it's gonna be much more easily transferable. Like you can get a receiver that's labeled contested specialist, but you still have to like accommodate that he has 95 speed. Like you're
And
still gonna have to like
I think that's what made
accommodate that.
Brandon super good offensively with the vertical attack because he was ahead of the curve with that.
He
The
was in, I was about to
speedsters,
say he was
like,
in front of a curve by a long shot, and I caught it when I switched and called Joe Brady.
hmm
I literally kept saying like we're gonna start getting speedsters, and I've
I,
changed
yep,
my whole entire roster basically to speedsters and physical route runners.
yep. I was the same way. Like, it was the we did it at the same time when I went with Brendan
With
Marion
the
when he
you with
got
the
hired to Colorado, and I went to the go, and I
hmm
knew, not just running the ball, but he was a deep shot taking. It was a shot team, right? Like, and I needed the type of players to go ahead and get upfield to take them shots, and the speedsters are the guys that can do it, right? And then and again, right, because everybody got 99 speed receivers all over the fucking place, right? But you can
I can tell
understand like
my
why the fuck is
yeah.
Brandon guys getting behind me all the time, and you can understand it, and then you got to dig deep and understand why, and it's even though my corner got 97 speed, 98 excel, your fucking receiver got 98 speed, 98 excel. He's still burning the fuck out of my guy, and it was all off the archetype the whole time, right? And he understood that shit. He was ahead of the curve there with that, right? Like, so I just think guys got to take more consideration into what they doing scheme wise and what they bringing in. I will give you a prime example again. Albert did it, right? Like, and he did it with, remember that 2 seasons ago,
hmm
he wasn't even throwing downfield, but he understood the archetypes he was bringing in, and he started putting them in place to do things, and then it was getting results out
After
of
the
it.
catch, yeah, I was about to say he
Yeah.
was getting all the results after the catch.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, I had to pick up on it. Like I said, I was purposely keeping backfield creator quarterbacks for a long time because of Bo. And then after that, I doubled up with Ben Choice. And I think I specifically quoted it on there. Like, yeah, him being a backfield creator was the sole reason that I really was like, because I just didn't know if I was going to be ready to play with the dual threat quarterback all the way yet. Because it's a whole different way of playing, whole different like throwing styles to like the animations you're gonna get running the ball with them is completely different. So I think if you can notice that about a quarterback, I would go with the same intelligence or the same thought process for basically every position, really, for real,
All
as
right,
far
so
as that archetype really mattering.
we're gonna go through the 5-star flex real fast, Max, and this is gonna be a quick segment of can see the field right away or probably need some time, right? And we'll start with the number one player in the country, and that's Brady Colombo, signal caller, Sam linebacker, Oak Park, Michigan. 6'5", 211 pounds. We know Alabama is Alabama U, linebacker U, right? Uh, so my question to you is this a guy that comes in, fuck what his roster look like and what he got coming back or not coming back? Do you see Brady Colombo at 6'5", 211 pounds, signal caller at Sam linebacker coming in and playing the year one or red shirt?
211 is so light, but if he's moving, which I'm assuming maybe he is, and he's a number one player, it's kind of like ah, I damn near would. I would think he's gonna get some snaps, right? You know what I'm saying? Like some snaps. It's a
Hmm.
new day and age. It's 2034. Maybe I give him in between like that 30-40 range
And he
percentage.
going to be on campus
Special
early, so
teams, yeah, special teams.
he'll better get some conditioning and work in the weight room. Like you can see freshman 15 getting put
hmm
on him, and then Bonafide also could play middle linebacker for this football team too as a
That's
signal
why
caller.
that's who I have him playing as a middle linebacker role, a strict, put you behind the big boys and the hogs, let you roam free, and make plays with your athleticism. Truly.
I think if niggas understood their coaching tree, you will understand the point system when it comes down to XP points, right? Like Max, I showed you live when we was in that, using our points up. I showed you live on freshman, elite, and star safeties that had 190 points, 130 points, 115, 97 points. You saw it live, right?
Hmm.
And it came strictly connected to what the coaching tree, what my coaching ability tree looked like. As far as myself, the offensive defensive coordinator, all adds up to those point getters, right? Guys can literally physical their players out, and then from the physical part, once you get the physicals done, you can literally build the ratings up on your guys if you got the right stuff on your coaching tree to get those extra XPs right now, right? And I say that because we're going to look at quarterback Celesi Ha, true freshman, 6'4", 223 pocket passer. It's different for Clemson. Clemson usually deal with the dual threat or the backfield creators, and he goes and get a pure pocket passer, 6'4", 223 pounds. He got a redshirt junior that's playing really well for him, the coach's son. My question to you is this a redshirt or a guy that might see the field?
I think this is definitely a red shirt. This is something he just uses in the backyard. Tuligit's trying to maybe figure out maybe if he's missing something with pocket passers. I think this is like a test, trial run. Um, I I don't see him, yeah, definitely coming in and
He would have to
shaking the table.
he would have to lose all his draft eligible guys to the draft early
Yeah,
for this guy to play right away. I agree
Portal and
with you.
everything. Like Portal, yeah, he would have to have a bad offseason basically.
Yeah. All right, the number three player in this class is Josh Buquette. He comes in as elite hybrid, 6'2", 192 pounds. Now hear me out. We got three underclassmen safeties that came in elite 5 stars. That's playing right now. You got um uh Fournette, what's his name? Rando Finette, and then you also got Boo Carter in that safety room that are true sophomores starting right now. Paquette is a hybrid though. Um, so my question to you will be, do you think Colorado play him year one or is he a redshirt guy? Knowing that he could play nickel corner as well.
Uh, that's the one that I lost, the number one safety to you.
Yeah, strong safety.
I think he's a number one. I think he's a player right now, if I recall. What I remember he looked like. I took him off my board, but I'm pretty sure he was given for me on my team. Give him the most support, put him in the slot, that rover role,
Yep.
surround them around other guys, so he
And he
really just
got
has a
solid
couple
speed.
assignments.
That's great acceleration, solid speed, and he's a really
Yeah.
good man, his own guy. All right, so the number four guy is athlete Arius Jones, agile, 6'4", 304 pounds, out of Fort Myers, Dion's hometown. Athlete, so looking to play guard or D tackle. Does Alabama play him or redshirting?
I got another red shirt here.
I agree. North Carolina brings in the number one D tackle in the country, Raymond Dove. Redshirt or play?
No, I think he plays. He was a gem.
Yep, and he motherfucking elite. All right.
Hmm.
Ohio State brings in their first 5 star. They bring in quarterback, pocket passer, 6'3", 207 pounds, out of Buffalo, New York. City more playing.
He should be sitting. I think he's got.
You got a
I
nice
think he's already got
quarterback
a
in front
young.
of him. Yeah,
He's
you got
already
it.
got a young prodigy. Yeah, I think he should be cool.
All right. When it comes down to wide receivers, Somali Tateli, he's the younger cousin of uh, our receiver right now. We got Phantom. 6'2", 170 though. We are loaded with 5 star receivers right now, whether it's Portal or high school. But do you see Colorado finding a way to get him on the field as a 6'2" speedster? He's the fastest freshman quarterback and the 5 star freshman receivers. I mean, in the country with 94 speed.
Mm, with 94, I think yeah, he should be able to figure out a way to get on the field with 94. That's a comfortable speed
All
as a
right,
true freshman.
number 8 is the edge rusher, right edge, number one right edge in the country, 6'5", 232 pounds, power rusher for the University of Auburn. I think he plays right away.
Yeah, at Auburn definitely.
All right, next up is the number 9 player, Marquis Fersker, wide receiver, 6'5", 203 pounds. I think physically he's ready to play right now, and I think North Carolina will beat him on the field year one. How about you?
I think he'll play too.
All right. All right,
Good
we're
30
looking
to
at
40.
the number 3 quarterback. He decides to go to Stanford. Obviously, I think he starts day one. Pocket passer, 6,291 pounds. Uh, he gives his commitment to Stanford. I think he plays right away.
Hell yeah.
All right, Marcus Ruggins, you big on him from Choctaw, Oklahoma, 6'5", 205, physical route runner. Not only do he get 50-50, but he's a physical route runner, so he get sure hands, and he get, oh man, he's going to be a dog. He plays right away, though.
Yeah, he plays.
Got you.
He
How about
plays.
right
He plays.
tackle, 5-star plus, Alfonso Ebby, 6'6", 311-pound agile out of Tennessee, right tackle, number 1 tackle in the country, number 12 player overall. Is he going to come in and play or red shirt?
I think he'll have to red shirt just because, like you said earlier, our last 2 seasons we've brought in
Top high
about
school
4
lineman.
elites. Yeah, about four elite linemen, 3 5-stars, and 1 really good 4-star elite lineman. They're all literally waiting their turn next year to be starters. So it's going to be very, very tough to throw in another young boy and all of that.
All right. So Marco Swain decides to take his talents to Ohio State from Fort Myers, Florida, Dion's hometown. 6'4", 217, signal caller, number 2 at the outside linebacker, number 2 in the state of Florida, number 13 overall. I think Ohio State plays him right away.
I think they not like have to, but I think again those will be some of the things that spark up the organization. So I could see that.
He coming in with 93 speed too. So and then boy, we ain't even talk about NIL, but he coming in 93 speed. This guy's a dog. You got the number 1 Mike linebacker. I remember him being number 1 on my board when we first opened up the regular season. But he's 6'2". He got the size right now at 231 from Piano, Texas. We know what your linebacker room look like, but does this guy come in and make guys move out the way for him?
I think he gets some bump, just because we're pretty heavy, we're senior heavy, so I'm expecting us to lose a lot of linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
We had a redshirt freshman that played. He's reminding me of this redshirt freshman that's playing 5-star type of guy too, and I keep telling myself the redshirt freshman should have played a little bit more. So I
Mm-hmm.
think Tyler will be a guy that can right my wrong with that. And he has a lot of good shit. Road dog, winning time, clear headed, and blow up
Oh my God.
with 80 zone, 85 strength,
Yeah,
88
you
hit
can't.
power.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah,
ready
like
to play right now.
he understands the assignment. Oklahoma football, 88 hit power, 80 tackling, 80 zone right now. Like he's actually, yeah, he probably yeah, actually this is definitely a play. He'll get 30-40%. Him and Rudkins I definitely see getting some good bump as true freshmen.
You also bought the number 1 running
6'2",
back in,
231. Good
and
lord.
Ahmad Huff. You said he was a red gem, but you still like a lot about him. You do got a solid ass running back room at 6'1", 185 as a north-south receiver. This guy will come in with a red shirt, in my opinion. Are you feeling the same way, or he plays?
Red shirt, but he'll get his 4 games, and his 4 games will probably be very noted. Like I really do like the prospect. I don't. I think, like I said, I think the red gym is just somebody must have had a bad day when they talked to him after a
Because
loss. I don't
when you
know.
scout him, it don't
Maybe.
match up to why he a red gem, right? I got 2 guys like that on my roster right
Yeah,
now.
I don't see it. Like, I mean, maybe the speed, the initial speed, but everything else in that like category of physical attribute is well high 80s, low 90s. Like, and he's just at 85 speed. It's not even worse that I've seen. I've seen
Yeah,
way worse than
but
85,
but
honestly.
but
So.
NIL package is going to change that speed
Yeah,
is going to do
that's
it.
why I'm
So
like, yeah, the initial speed, and that's why I say his initial excel, agility, and change of direction being at what they're at
it's probably why he
doesn't
was a
scare
red
me at
gem.
all. Yeah, that doesn't, but no, it doesn't scare me at all. 89 change of direction, 92 acceleration, 88 agility, and 85 speed, 82 break tackle, 84 carrying, 71 awareness, 79 juke, 76 ball carrying, 77
Sit
catching.
down.
Like where I don't see a red gem in this motherfucker. I just don't see it. Like somebody must have, I don't know, maybe 247 ain't fuck with him. Maybe he had one bad game on the bad day, but I think this should have been a regular 5-star. And he came in Impact. This should have been a regular like 5-star player for me. I think, based off of
Take that shoe
just
off.
what I see on the field.
Put this one on.
Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's a character evaluation or some shit
Or
that
or
I'm missing.
somebody or somebody paid the scout some bread and to drop his fucking his rank and shit on the
Yeah,
shit. You know
coming
how
out of
that shit go.
Vegas. I mean, I don't know who else was really going after him with me. I think
And
it was like me
maybe
and Notre Dame. I think it was
maybe
me and
that's
Notre
the other
Dame.
thing too. Vegas, right? Like you got some good schools out there, Bishop Gorman, shit like that. But like
But
when it comes down to
maybe, yeah,
talent wise, right?
because he's the number one. Maybe honestly, because he's the number one player in Vegas. So maybe like on a 5-star scale, they were like, like we don't know about all that. But like he is the best player out of Vegas. But like, what's that really matter? But I like it. Like I said, 6'1", 185. I mean, you get him in there with a little freshman 15. He might can see like I said, he'll play his 4 games for sure. But I won't press the bump to get him outside of those 4 games. But I definitely see him getting those 4 in there.
Shane McCollum is unsigned right now. He is in a lock between Ohio State and Colorado right now. I mean, this safety is a fucking dog at free safety. Number one safety in the state of Missouri, but number one in his position. 92 speed, 92 excel. He got high 80 zone, and hit power. All that shit is there. My question is, we don't know who he's going to yet, right? And it's going to be a battle that probably go towards the transfer portal between Ohio State and Colorado. But so we're not going to talk about redshirt or not. But he got the talent to play ASAP. So whoever needs him on the field first probably going to get him. All right, Jared Pascal, D tackle, speedster. I mean, speed rusher, 6'5", 300 pounds. He got really good size. Number 3 in the state of California, number 2 at his position. He signed with USC on a dotted line. Championship contender is what made him was his deal breaker, but he also signed. But I think this kid will come in and play day one for USC. They play young
Yeah.
guys anyway, right?
I was about to say USC plays young anyways, unless USC has already got like an immediate freshman sitting right there waiting his turn that, didn't already play last year. Yeah, I see him getting his spot, getting his, getting 30 to 40. Like I said, it's season 10 we'll be walking into 30 to 40% of snaps is about 200, anywhere from 200 to 300 snaps in a full season. Most of the time you get anywhere from 600, 500 to 700 snaps depending on what type of offense, all that other shit. Get about 500 to 700. So anywhere from 200 to 300 snaps in a full season, 20, 30 snaps a game, or some games with 30, 40. I think that really does give you a good depiction and a good chance to actually like not waste these players at this point, really, at season 10. Like,
All right, so Colorado got the 18th and 19th player. They got Roy Speed, quarterback, pocket passer, and they also got Allen Brady, both Green Gem 5-star pluses. What's wrong, Mom? Hit that out in the ashtray.
5-star plus is gonna be tough.
Just
That
give it to me.
quarterback
Just
gonna
give it
be
to
on
me.
the
Just give
way.
it to me. Now, Julian Lewis is a redshirt sophomore, and we got another redshirt sophomore on the roster with a redshirt freshman. If transfer portal hurts us or decide to leave early, then we can see on the field play. But if not, they're both redshirt guys. It's gonna be hard with 5-star gems.
Yeah, I was about to say 5-star gyms really make it tough. Like they really do
Cause,
push in
cause what
there.
they're gonna do is they're gonna not only push the narrative, their deal breaker will change on you so fast, and playing time will become an issue if we're not playing them. So I think they'll play and they'll do what you said for make sure they get there for red shirt games, and so
And
they'll
with
see
paying
the field
attention,
at some point.
I feel like paying attention exclusively in those games is what separates. Again, I done kick some guys out because I done seen where the light is gonna go. I done
Hmm.
kick some guys out early because I done seen where the light's gonna go. It ain't gonna go too far. Nah, I don't have time because the door is everly revolving, and we already know that as recruiters. But
And
some of y'all be holding on too long to some of these boys.
Roy Speed coming in as a 5-star plus elite, and then Brady comes in as a 5-star plus star. So they got all the right stuff to be able to come play right away. Josh Small, we know Falk said it before he got off that he playing ASAP right away. And if Ladanian decides to come back, Ladanian's son comes back, then they gonna have a nice little 1-2 punch in their backfield. So I can see Josh Small not being redshirted and playing all year long as the number 2 at least, unless Buddy leave and he becomes the number 1. Now,
Number one,
Amani Welch, go speedster for you from out of Chicago, Illinois. He sees the field.
Um, no, just the unfortunate him being a normal. He'll have to go through a
The
little
red
bit of
shirt process.
he'll have to go through the red shirt process. It'll be fine though. Um, I think it'll be fine because we do a good job of building our speedsters. Like we have a good lineage of them, so I think he'll be fine.
All right, number 3 running back in the nation is Al Sheriff, North South receiver running back, 6 foot 187 out of Trenton, New Jersey. He goes to Notre Dame. Notre Dame has been doing a really good job. They got a portal guy last year that's up in the top. Was in the conversation for Doak Walker Award. But Sheriff comes in. I do think they play their young guys. I don't know if he plays significant numbers, but I don't see them redshirting.
Who got him in Notre Dame? You said.
Notre Dame, yep. Signed on the dotted line for early national signing day. I think he's gonna play some. I don't know how much. Maybe he might play 4 games, but it also depends on what they lose as well. Eduardo Machado, 6'1", 298 pounds, third D tackle in the nation. He comes in elite from out of Addison, Texas for Colorado. We play our young D tackle, so he'll see the field. Definitely not a starter. We are going to lose our top 2 D tackles, but a matter of fact, he's going to start, bro, because we're going to lose our top 2 D tackles.
Yeah, and if you don't go portal, it'll be a big gap.
Mm-hmm. All right. JT Sabri, athlete, 6'3" with 301, agile. I think he'll get shirted for Falk.
That was the Inks commit, won't it?
Yep. Right away too. So he was all big on them. Sam Wong decided to go to contested specialist, 6'5", 192, decided to go to Washington. He'll see the field. They lost Peter Work to Alabama, so he'll see the field right away. Quarterback Henry Sandridge goes to LSU. They got a senior quarterback on their way out the door. He's coming from Detroit, Michigan to go play at LSU. The last time they had a Michigan quarterback he decided to flip back to Michigan and was the starter for Michigan, and then transferred to Clemson and gave them their run at getting good quarterbacks. Remember that?
Yep.
All right, so I think he might come in and play day one. They do got a couple quarterbacks on the roster already, though, and we'll see how that works out. But I do think he's good enough to come in and play for them ASAP. All right, so we're looking at Maloney, the number 1 corner in this year class, and Ohio State brings in a top tier guy that, to me, I see seeing the field right away.
Yeah, I definitely think Ohio State brought in some good corners this year. With
Yeah.
good defensive players all the way around this year. So I like Ohio State, what they brought in.
Yeah, they on a go get it mode right now, and I think the guys they bringing in, they looking at the play, they trying to turn it around. I like it. Todd Sharp, second quarterback, backfield creator, 6'2", 192. I don't think he plays for Clemson. Depending on what happens in their quarterback room, I don't think that these guys will need to be played. I think they will be able to redshirt their guys and get them developed. So unless they lose the guys that they looking to get, that they got on their roster already, I don't see none of the young quarterbacks they bringing in right now ready to go. They've been doing a really good job in bringing in quarterbacks, so I think they'll be fine. All right, number 29 player, wide receiver Mike Jones. Mike Jones? Nope, Mike Jones, 6'1", 189.
Mike Jones, yeah.
You see the player archetype you going after right now. He plays?
4 games. So because of his impact. So it's not really that part. It's more so because of I was comfortable getting their base speed. What these guys are, because these are really good base speeds for speedsters. They just have no other intangibles. They'll need to go through and learn how to be actual receivers. I feel like these were 2 recruits that I ran into that were little track and field guys, or they had some good receiver attributes with them, but these guys are just guys that enjoy running. Like they're not bona fide football players yet. We need them to buy in, and we need to get these guys. You know what I'm saying? We got a guy from Chicago and then a guy from Kansas. We need them to sit in and rock in with some guys that literally have been breathing and dying football their whole life. And then I think these would be some 2 redshirt freshmen. I think you'll see both of them coming in as redshirt freshmen like 2 years from now, both on the field at the same time because of them.
I just think the speed of the guys you brought in is going to warrant them to see some playing time, whether it's kick return, punt returns, or some part of playing some part of a role for your offense. I do think they will be redshirted, but I do like the conversation around that, though. Matthew Tolson, number 1 right guard in the country. He's elite. This kid, 6'4", 289. I do think he need to put on some more weight, but I do think Falk got an opportunity to redshirt a really good right guard, right? I think he could put the shirt on him and give him some time to develop some more. So we'll see how that plays itself out. Lewis Hendricks, box specialist, 6'3", because you can't teach size, right? 6'3", 188, Jacksonville, Florida. and this is one of the fastest safeties in the country, 94 speed. So he's gonna be flying around, and he a box guy, so you know he don't got no problem making tackles and coming down and hitting. So I think he plays right away for Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn does a little 1-2 too. I like. Well, we already said that. We always be saying that about Auburn, but Auburn's making sure, and I think Auburn consistently grabs guys to match the conference, to match his
Mm-hmm.
opponents for sure. He treats it like how we used to talk about with football, where you grab the guys for your conference, and then you can grab guys outside of it. I think he
Right.
definitely keeps it SEC first when he goes out there and he gets it, and it shows why he's able to stay consistent
You hit that shit on the button. Uh,
in the
Bill,
competition on the
yep.
play on the field. Yeah,
Build for your conference, then to win outside of it. With that being said, like, look, Bryce Romer, the last quarterback on the board as the 5-star, 32, number 2 in the state of New Jersey, number 8 overall at quarterback, backfield creator. Penn State got their guy. All right, this was a guy that was heavily sought after. NIL and all that comes with this guy. In my opinion, this is the type of quarterback that can put them back on track.
yeah. I think this is what they needed, so they could actually say that they're here to restart and establish their own footing into the dynasty of Penn State. I think what we saw initially was them picking up on just the fact of Penn State wasn't as bad as what they should be if they
Mm-hmm.
can get some competency. But once you got some competency, everybody then got pushed out via draft, via like, oh shit, let's go play for something bigger than this, better than this. And you that's just how the portal is now. That's just how the kids are nowadays. A little bit of success, if it's not promised with anything per se, you got some kids that jump ship. So getting a kid like this to, sign, I think starts the actual buy-in and it starts the actual, hi, my name is, and this is my
Right.
program.
Hi, my name is. Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
like this is
So
my program
we
now.
we gonna close out the show, but we gonna shoot through the award winners, Heisman guys, and a quick All Americans. We're gonna go through it really fast. I'm not gonna say much. We're just gonna talk about first team right now. Julian Lewis, quarterback for Colorado. LaDainian Thomas, number 1 running back. Rage Tunsil, transfer from Colorado to Notre Dame. DeAndre Moore for Colorado at wide receiver, first team. Zaire Hagan, Tulane. You got Damian Falk, wide receiver for Auburn, first team. Jeremiah Stokely, you know him a lot. He came from Oklahoma as a
Yeah.
senior for Notre Dame. Leon Bell, left tackle for Colorado. Quincy Boger, Florida State's left guard. Broderick Biggums, Virginia Tech center. Dion Lebenjo, Georgia Tech right guard. Curtis Titus, North Carolina right tackle. On the defensive side, you got D'Amato Pecco Jr., Braxton Rain, D tackle Tyler Morris, Santana Hopper. These are all guys that are going to leave. Then you're looking at Kadarius Ramsey for Sam linebacker for Clemson. L.J. Teller, Mike linebacker, North Carolina. Amari Anichu for Alabama, Will linebacker. And you start looking at corners. James Madison's corner, Joel Hartings, is the redshirt senior. Antoine Kilroy is a dog. I've seen him. Is this the guy that had the 3 picks, 3 interceptions against Florida State? Rando
Hmm.
Fontenette, Colorado, free safety. And then you're looking at strong safety, Marco James, Notre Dame. Kicker and punters are from Navy and Texas Tech. That's that first team. Second team, you're looking at Braylon Mayfield in his first start. And the good thing about him is he didn't even start the first 5 games.
Yeah,
Rashawn
he
Gums,
plays.
running back, he's in the playoffs right now. Platinum shifty, sidestep. KJ Spiller, you know what he does. He's a dog. 6'1",
Yeah.
204 pounds. East-West playmaker for Clemson. Appalachian State gets a receiver in. Boise State gets a receiver in. And Charlotte gets a receiver in. Tight end, Willem Chick, transfer from Oregon, goes to Oklahoma, and he goes over 1,000 yards, 1,222 yards, 17 touchdowns, only 2 drops on the year. Then you start looking at offensive line. Left tackle, Eric Carney, North Carolina. Left guard, Trevor Cantrell, North Carolina. Center, Bruce Rubin, Notre Dame. Shakir Tatum, North Carolina. Coco King, North Carolina. And Devin Mentor. Left edge, North Carolina. Ezra Christensen, Colorado. Right edge, you're looking at Jalen Houston Hay, Alabama, D tackle. Cam Harris, Arizona State's D tackle. You're looking at Ty Big Hill, Notre Dame Sam. Leon LaFau, transfer from Texas to Colorado. Mike linebacker. Truman Sharon, USC. Emory Floyd, Colorado cornerback. Antoine Fontaine, Indiana's cornerback. Blue Carter, safety for Colorado. Elite Daniel Duvernay, TCU. Strong safety, and then kicker and punters are from Toledo and Wake Forest. Freshman All-American, James Mix. You know, Corey, get a young quarterback is on. Keep him around. He's going to do some things. Louisville has running back Andre Okawo. Keontae McLeod from Clemson, number 2 running back. He's a redshirt freshman. Paul Setz, wide receiver, Oregon. Story Holt II, transfer Dinwiddie. Deron Helete from Penn State, wide receiver. Dwayne Connor, TCU tight end. Devin Worthy, Virginia Tech, left tackle. Ben Rochelle, Texas. Then you're looking at center. Johnny Lasita and Shakir Tatum. Also Coco Rain, all a redshirt freshmen for North Carolina. They're going to be really good on the offensive line next year. All right, Sidney Wilbur, freshman at edge. And then you got your guy, Kenny how you say his name? Ozawalo.
Yeah, it was a Walu, I
At
think.
right edge, D tackle, Mitchell Hawkins, Penn State. Tyrion Magalugahan, Oklahoma. You got some young gunners coming back. I told you that redshirt freshman class serious.
The redshirt, yeah, my last year class was with that 2 years. Yeah, like you said, 2 years ago to last year, them boys are serious. Yeah, different.
California's Ben Camacho. We got TCU, Tavita Celatilo. How about Georgia's Don Vaughn at will linebacker? You give him a signal caller or a lurker, he's going to do some things with him. Dalvin Childs used to play quarterback for the Clemson. No, it ain't him, right? Is that the brother, the cousin, whatever? I mean, didn't this guy play quarterback?
Where'd he move him to?
I don't think he moved him. I just think he named it. It must be a real name of his that he liked or a guy he played with or something. But
But Childs
Dalvin,
might have went to the league last year.
well,
I
you
think
got a
Childs might
corner
have went
right
to the
now. He
league
has
last year.
5 interceptions, 5 pass deflected, 37 tackles. He a baller for them as a redshirt freshman. Jason Stokes, the Utah transfer, he comes in 4 interceptions on the year, 2 passes deflected as a slot corner. Desmond
That's
Smalls,
his little brother.
all right, that's his little brother.
Oh, that's what.
All right,
Okay.
so number 2 interceptions for Desmond Smalls, safety, 5'11", 209 in the box, 30 tackles, 3 passes deflected. You're looking at Texas's Brett McQuarters, strong safety, hybrid, 5'11", 211 at Fort Worth, Texas. And then you're looking at kick returner and punt returners in Jemiah Carrion and Mike Mesco, Iowa State and Coastal Carolina. That's your All-Americans from first team to freshman All-Americans. It's a lot of good players that's going to be in this league going forward. Let's look at the awards list real fast, Max. You know, if a guy wins the Maxwell, they probably won the Heisman. LaDainian Tomlinson wins the Maxwell Award. He also wins the Walter Camp Award. When you look at best coach in the league, San Jose State got that. When it comes down to users, Colorado's Deion Sanders was 3rd. Adrian Peterson was 6th. I don't know how. And the guy, anyway. You got North Carolina,
It'd
Oregon.
be
That
like
shit,
that.
that shit crazy. You should be up there at the top, honestly. Beanie
Well,
Kemp.
I think you with your undefeated season should be higher than me for real. But like, I don't know. I'd be zoned out with that shit because I guess the CPU doing that while we're doing what we're doing, that does
Yeah.
low key mean a lot too because like
Mhm.
damn. But it's not like they play it. I don't know. That should be low key rigged. I'd be off that shit.
Right. Tom Allen, head coach. All right, so let's go to Davey O'Brien Award. Julian Lewis brings this award in. Braden Mayfield, Drew May, Benny Kemp the third, and AJ Tennett from Boise State were your top 5. I like this list. A lot of these guys got a chance to come back. We'll see, except for Drew May.
Hmm.
We'll see how that shit goes. Um, the Chuck Bednarik Award goes to the top defensive player in the country, and Braxton Rain, 39 sacks, 63 tackles for loss, 5 fumbles, wins that award. He also wins the Bronco Nagurski Trophy. Then you start looking at Thorpe Award. Randon Fontenette wins that award with 5 picks, 4 passes deflected, 10 sacks on the year, 32 tackles. Then we look at Doak Walker Award. LaDainian Tomlinson, the second, wins that award with 3,418 yards. He's a couple of yards away from breaking the all-time rushing record from Arizona State's running back Alex Johnson Jr. 39 touchdowns, 14 yards per carry. He also had 91 catches for 1294 on the year. Looking at Rage Tonsil, playoff running back. Rashawn Gums, playoff running back. Right, KJ Spiller, playoff running back. Evan Sawyer, playoff running back. So the top 5 guys are in the playoffs. The Blendikoff Award goes to DeAndre Moore for Colorado, the Texas transfer. 166 catches on the year, 2,597 yards, 36 touchdowns. He did have 7 drops, but he also had 1455 after contact on this list right now. So then you're looking at Lombardi Award goes to Braxton Rain. Again, 39 sacks on the year. But the United's Golden Arm goes to senior quarterback Drew May. Falky wins that. But Denard Robinson for Michigan and Peyton Houston had a hell of a season. Probably Peyton Houston would have had a
Fucking
better
Peyton
season this
Houston.
year
If
if
B
he played
Mervin's
his games.
actually, yeah. Peyton Houston. There you think about it. Peyton Houston was right. Peyton Houston was right around
And he waited. He came in with
Bo.
Bo, and he waited his
Yeah,
time, bro. Like,
he came in. He came in the year after Bo, literally.
yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
wish you would have got to finish out the season with him to see what he will really be like. Edge rusher of the year goes to Braxton Rain. He owns the record of most sacks ever. All right, Outland Trophy Award goes to Sidney Crane, UCLA center, sophomore. This man had 26 pancakes.
Mm,
Yaya Atati, 108 pancakes, Matt.
that's fucking crazy,
Fucking
actually.
ridiculous. All right, Jeremiah Stokely, the old Oklahoma tight end, he goes for 1590 and 27
Bro,
touchdowns.
yeah. My
Only
old
one
tight end
drop.
beats my old tight end beats my new tight end for
Ain't that
the
crazy?
fucking tight. And his reason for leaving me was proximity to home.
Oh my God, he decided to go take himself to Texas. He a Texas guy, and he decided to go to Notre Dame.
But
Is Notre Dame closer? What the fuck?
I don't fucking get. No, his shit was playing time. Wrong nigga. His shit
Yeah,
was
playing
playing
time.
time, and I was playing him the whole fucking year, and he just was
Hmm.
like, "Nah, you brought in too many good niggas. I'm out," and
Look,
left.
Lawrence Taylor's son, L.J. Taylor, not only did he win the Dick Buckers Award, and that's hard to win that over an Alabama linebacker, but he moved from Sam to middle linebacker, and I think he found himself a career there, and I think he'll be a high drafted guy if he decides to come out this year. Amari, he's a redshirt senior. Uh, Damn near should have won this award along with Leon LaFalle for Colorado to transfer from Texas. And you're looking at Remington Trophy Award, Best Center. Sidney Crane wins that award, but there's some really good users on this board as well. All right, Luke Grossa, Texas State, Ray Guy, Navy, and then Jet Award. KJ Spiller brings in the Return Man of the Year. He beat out Quentin Gibson from Colorado, Devin Meredith from Arizona State, and the one person that won it last year, and Joel Casaganan for Alabama, along with Ted Ginn. Do Ted Ginn got some years? Yes, he do. You know he gonna win this at one point, as sooner or later. If he anything like his dad, he's starting like his daddy. Tristan Keys is 6 on this list. Reeves Allen is on his bitch. You got Stephon Fick. We got some good users. You also got Forrest Whitaker on his list as well. And then
My
Sean
one year,
Alexander Award,
my
James
1 year
Mix.
transfer, nigga.
It's a good
I,
year for a
honestly,
quarterback.
Honestly, I had the whatchamacallit. He Forrest Whitaker could have had about 5 or 6 returns. He just
But you had to run out
unfortunately
of
keeps,
bounds.
yeah, he just unfortunately keeps catching the fact that I have to run out of bounds. Like he always gets it around like the end of the game, and I'm like, is it really worth a offensive touchdown or like
That's
is it
what
worth?
happened to me
And I'd be
with,
like, man, fuck
with
it. I'd
Ernest.
rather just go on offense.
That's what happened to me with Ernest Campbell. Like I could have won it 2 years in a row, but I had to run out of bounds because I didn't want to go over 84 points.
84,
Um,
and I'd rather just score it on offense sometimes. Like I'd be like, bro, like I don't know. I feel like that touchdown means way more to like a running back than you just taking the shit back on a kick return, bro. Like
Look at all
ah.
these freshmen on the Sean Alexander Award. When you look at James Mix, true freshman for Georgia, right? Then you go down to
He's gonna be a
wide receiver
dog.
4, Andre Okawoko for Louisville, red shirt. Torrey Hawk, the second red shirt. Deron Ochalete, true freshman for Penn State. You got Dwayne Connors, tight end, redshirt freshman. You got Keontae McLeod, Clemson, redshirt freshman. And you're looking at Ben Hackett, true freshman for UCLA. He had 10 yards, 12 touchdowns. Georgia's true freshman, Sidney Harvner, Habner, 963 yards, 8 receiving touchdowns. Tommy Parrish, true freshman wide receiver, 759, 11 touchdowns for Florida. And then Emmanuel Ojeda, Eastern Michigan. We got some good freshmen on this list right now. The guy that walked across the stage last night for the Heisman ceremony was, surprise, surprise, LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, there's no way you don't give it to a guy that had 3,418 yards, rushing 39 touchdowns, and then 1,294 receiving yards. No way. Julian Lewis was in the building. DeAndre Moore, both for Colorado, were in the building. We would think some of the votes between them two killed them two for winning it. KJ Spiller goes on this list again, and then Braylon Mayfield is on this list for the first time. You have an Oklahoma quarterback who again missed the first 4 games as a starter. Not saying he playing those games, but he wasn't the starter, and he took over the job, and right now got you in position to play for another national title. At that point, is he one of the best freshman sophomore players? He took his time to get on the field, right?
Yeah,
Bo
he
Nix
didn't
started to
play.
play as a redshirt freshman. But how do you feel about Braden Mayfield, Baker Mayfield's younger brother?
I was about to say, just like older bro, I just think he's got a certain fire and tenacity with him. He plays every snap like it's his last. Uh, super confident and not like the bad confident, confident for the passes, but not only that, confident on what he's seeing on defense and confident in his ability to get shit done. And I think the mistakes that he does make are really head-on mistakes. And like, they say back in the day, rather you make the mistake head on because I don't want to have to teach you grit. I don't want to have to teach you grind and passion. But I can correct little mental mistakes. And I think as he cleans up his game, honestly, he had a little bit of mentorship, but right now it's different. He's doing it himself and he's got to figure it out himself. There's no Bo or Ben Choice to look to the sideline with. I think when he comes back to the sideline, he's got to get on the phone and talk to Joe Brady and shit. I think it's just a little bit there, peeling back that, but he's done an exceptionally well job showing up in the big time games and not being scared to play with that chip.
If he decides to stay for another season, although you'll be comfortable if he does leave because you got Williams on the bench too,
Hmm.
right? But if he decides to stay, do you feel like he'll be another one of those quarterbacks that go up in the Raptors as one of those guys?
I don't. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know if he has the same feel as Bo or if he has the same feel as even Ben Choice at this point. I think, bro, me in those years with them guys are will be one of a kind type of years. Those quarterbacks, them two right there, their
Go
shells.
go
I don't know.
Bucks.
It was something with all of them. Them
ASU
two niggas
Trident
are one of a
Emblem.
kind.
Give
Um,
SC the force
even
win.
Jackson Arnold, I will not
Coach
let be
Bully Moly
forgotten on
taking a
how
NFL
good
job.
Jackson Arnold was
That's his little
in
brother.
those junior senior years. Even like I said, even Bodo, Bo was like that since his freshman year. He's a one of one. I think getting Ben Choice his senior year was interesting. So I can't really tell because I also got Darnold his senior year too. So this will be my second build up quarterback. So I think it just depends on how big of a jump he takes. Because right now I don't technically have a sophomore slump right now,
What
technically.
Jalen Wade was a dog for us, right? But I think when we switched over, I mean, we had Keyshawn Henderson who played really well for us as well. But when we switched over to the go, Julian was a
PJ Spiller a
freshman.
dog.
Jaden Wade was a redshirt sophomore. And I just think those guys, they did a really good job in the transition. But I think Julian has this offense flat out mastered right now. And if we can get another year with that kid, right, I don't expect him to stay past his junior year if he doesn't leave as a redshirt sophomore. We haven't been able to keep a quarterback for all 4 years in our program yet. They all leave early. But if Julian stays, man, I think that you're going to see. I think that's going to take us over the top. Depending on what type of roster comes back, right? Like, 'cause we got a lot of guys that's young that have high overalls with the green arrows up right now that will drop a little bit, and then them points at the end of the year will go away, right? Because when you're dealing with freshmen and
Yeah.
sophomores, that point jump you get that I was getting over the last 3 seasons with them or 2 seasons with them, I'm not going to get next year as juniors. But if they got to come
Every
back
time,
because they
yeah,
plan, right? So
exactly.
we bring the majority of this roster back with Julian at the helm. I'm expecting big things out of Colorado, and if we can get there and don't win it, man, we might be the Buffalo Bills of college football. Like, I think Julian is the guy right now, like, for
I just
real.
think it's a little. I think when you get it like that, no, you get it like that. Like, because like I said, Bo, I got to play from redshirt freshman on. So by his redshirt sophomore, end of beginning of redshirt junior season, like beginning of, I already knew that Bo to me was the best quarterback, and it was very like player eccentric. I think Braylon right now is making my team play at an all time, but as an individual quarterback, I don't feel like he is impacting the game as much as Bo and Ben, and even like I would say even Michael Hawkins had an substantial amount of impact, like in the game, based off of how they played the game. I think Braylon is in a perfect situation from play calling to roster to the talent around him. I just think he
Hold
he doesn't
on, S.
have to show anything crazy right now. So it feels a little bit different. And maybe I'm just used to different level dominance, like I said, from older quarterbacks, juniors and seniors when they get there. But Bo is the only exception to that. And I just don't know if maybe that's just a one of one character. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
do you have anybody else that's like a
I,
Leacock
I,
or like
I,
anybody else that's really like a, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you get those
yeah.
one of one guys and they just it's hard to raptor them up to anybody else. And we're putting it at quarterback. It's really tough because we're talking about 4 full seasons with Bo Bentley.
I
Like
think
it's
it's some.
tough.
I think it's some young quarterbacks in college football right now that, like, when you look at the David O'Brien Award, right? Redshirt sophomore, redshirt sophomore, senior, redshirt junior, redshirt sophomore, junior, senior, 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 junior, senior, senior. So it's going to be a lot of guys that's going to have to change, uh, not just change quarterback play, right? And it's going to be those teams that's going to guarantee bring guys back. I think those guys that come back are going to put the program on notice, right? Whereas, like, you could do some things
Hmm.
with them, and then there's going to be guys that's going to have to play new quarterbacks, whether they from portal or they from high school. But whatever they do with them is going to determine what their program do going forward, like a Indiana, right? Like a Oregon. You
I
know what I'm
definitely
saying?
think
Like,
those teams that are playing from playing Bo to not playing Braylon. Like I didn't play Braylon redshirt freshman. I played Bo redshirt freshman. I would say the teams that are playing their redshirt freshmen and freshman quarterbacks now, I'm willing to bet their window or their feel of how good their quarterback really is going to be much significant than like the guys that continue to let certain quarterbacks or certain players sit till they're quote A quote B ready. Um, Especially the later we get continuously in the disc, I just don't see a way
it's
around.
still a. Do you agree that it's still a quarterback league?
Oh, that's why I think it's the most, yeah, like it is. It's 100%. It consumes most of my thoughts really is based off my quarterback. My season is 70%, 65% based off of what leader I am having walk out of the locker room. If I don't
And
feel comfortable in that, I damn near start questioning the season before we even kick off.
yeah, I agree. I also think that, like, not only is it a quarterback league, I think, like, with the numbers of the receiving numbers being down, right? Like, you get some special ones, but, like, you can tell that it's a lot of really good receivers in the league, but not a lot of fucking unbelievable receivers in the league right now.
Hmm.
But that quarterback position becomes that much more important. But to me, I'm thinking our league is starting to switch into a running back league. Like, the running backs is changing games right now.
I will say it's starting to go back there because I feel like it's more so the skill gap on guys like we were talking about earlier, taking that talent and you get a lot of there's more receivers and skill players than anything. And it
Hmm.
looks pretty on the paper, but when you start to realize maybe what type of guys you're bringing in, it doesn't always match up better than maybe you getting stationary down and you run the ball or you run the ball to pass the ball. So I do think it's just going back to that as a natural like I feel like any league that we've had always resets to going back into running the ball because
Hmm.
everybody's team becomes extremely good
Yep.
that you have to go back to fundamental black and white
Exactly.
football. So I definitely can see that. I kind of do feel like that, which is why the niggas that are passing are looking so like me, you, like like Arizona State really hasn't been like there, but Arizona State's top passing. But me and you have been passing in the top lately because I feel like a lot of people have been fucking running.
Yeah, and then
Honestly,
it also comes down to, like, user computer games. So I would separate great passers from, I mean, good passers. No, great passers from exceptional passers. And what I mean by that is you do it no matter who you playing, computer or user, right? Like, you can go pick the numbers up in the passing game, right? Like, I would say my numbers come down playing users more than they stay up with the computer games, right? Like,
yeah.
you,
I mean, yeah,
you win awards off computer games, right? But the user games, when you start looking at, like, user games throughout, when you look at guys that throw the ball consistently and do it well, those guys are in that exceptional category with throwing the football. Now I consider myself an exceptional running team, right? Like, we run the fuck out of the football,
definitely in
and
the
we do
user
a really
games.
good
Yeah,
job,
to get
all
it
right,
like
in user games and computer games. But what I notice is this, right? Like, you build an offensive line, right, and then you get the right quarterback and the right running back room in the building, you're gonna win ball games
hmm
at a high level. You're gonna win ball games, right? Like, think about Arizona State with he hasn't had the receivers that he had in the past, but they still are guys that are run right the fuck past you. But then in that running back room, he's maintained that. And a running back, when we got a guy not only could break tackles and give him 4 or 5 yards a pop if he need, he also got a guy who can hit the home run from anywhere on the field in the run game. And then you got to deal with him as a threat as a receiver from out of the backfield as well. And I think that's why that vertical spread attack that he has or had, depending on if he's still staying in the league or not, was very, 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 very good over 9 seasons, over 8 seasons, because you can't. How do you play him, right? Like you gotta bend but don't break and hope he don't score
No,
in the red zone.
it felt like playing it felt like how it used to be when you play Falk kind of back in the day, where
Yeah.
you're so eccentric to Falk going five wide or four with a four receivers with a running back that you kind of forget that like running the ball is still part of football. So when the
Hmm.
motherfuckers do come out the run, they're just abusing you. And like yeah, a lot of people would get caught up in Arizona State's pass so much that when he does run, he's hitting you with 20, 30 yard runs because like you might be pass committing sometimes, even like just forgetting how fast you're doing all your adjustments or how fast you're anticipating pass, pass, pass. But he definitely used to be more balanced than anything, especially in the bigger football games.
As good of a passer as he's been over the 9 seasons, 8 full seasons. Look at national career college football records. The running back with the most rushing yards in the career is Arizona State's, and he's not even the guy that won a Heisman. This is Alex Johnson Jr. with 9,382 yards. When you look at rushing touchdowns, Alexander Johnson Jr. 119. Right? You look at season rushing yards in the season. Right now, it's getting threatened by LaDainian Thomas in the second, but 3,440 yards rushing in 1 year. Rushing touchdowns in a year. KJ Spiller comes and takes that in 2032 with 52. You start looking at quarterbacks, Addison Breeze. This is Arizona State's quarterback. So in the same year, in the same area where a running back has had the most rushing yards in the season, he had a quarterback that throw for the same. Look, 2030, 7,532 yards with Addison Breeze. And in 2029, Alex Johnson Jr. broke a record with 3,440 yards in a game. Then look at it again. National receiving in a season. Brandon Murray, Arizona State, 2030. So the same year Addison Breeze won the passing yards in a single season, his receiver, Brandon Murray, won the receiving yards with 3,563. Like,
His shit is very tactical. When Brandon's hitting, it's hitting. Like it's paired together. Like all right, like they said, like the season where he ran the fuck off to open the fuck up for passing, but then he still like came into the big games giving you pass threat, running the ball championship. Then
mm-hmm,
the other year he was just pass threat so fucking much that like if you couldn't stop the pass, then why would I stop passing it? Then I
mm-hmm.
mixed in Relique championship year. Then the year where he was there, that's it. He's 2 for 2 when he's there, right?
When he won the Heisman, he won a championship with
To
it.
Heisman, yeah, Heisman with the championship, and it's always paired with like a duo, like a 1-2, and it's
Mm-hmm,
very like it's very A B peanut butter jelly. Like
mm-hmm.
one goes with the other so much so that it's not like a force. It really just seems very like pro natural. Like this is just my guy. Like this is the guy it starts with, and if you can't finish it, then I'm just gonna keep starting it up with him.
Right.
Um,
And you still got a Torrey Newkirk passing touchdowns with 100.
USC.
Then you're looking at rushing
I think
touchdowns, KJ Spiller 52.
everybody's really duoed together like that. Newkirk, Leacock.
Yep, Joe Wyatt. Nah, Joe Wyatt's by his goddamn stuff. It don't even matter who was
So
the
I was about to
quarterback.
say, but I was just about to say, literally,
Brandon
Joe
Faye's
Wyatt
house.
might be the only person that you might be able to be like, it shit didn't matter. Like it literally did not matter for real, for real. But even fucking like Bo ain't win no Heisman, but championship years, like
Hmm.
paired with a receiver. Like I had Elijah Thomas for two. Like he was the guy for both of my years. Him and Tatum, running back, receiver. Then it was
Yep.
Zeke, AD Peterson, Zeke and P dot. Really, it was Zeke and P dot. Like I was receiver heavy then, so it was my Justin Jefferson and my Jamar Chase and my fucking Joe Burrow
Hmm.
led me for forever, and that's all I could bank on every year. So I like when guys get their like their triangle back to like old sayings. When niggas got their triangle, their one, two, threes. Obviously, you can go next level, but the guys that can lean on that, make it identity, and then make that shit really pop, like you going from go go quarterback feet has been at an all-time high usage for you or an all-time threat. Let me say that. It might not be usage, but all-time high threat. So like in that though, it makes you immediately have an outstanding running back performance, and you immediately have a number one receiver, or that tight end has to get used because it's just like it's in that triangle. Like the shit can't fail, and now you're. Well, I feel like you're on the verge of two back-to-back natty appearances. So that's
Would
just
you
my early hot take.
would you agree? Another hot take would be those that got high tight end production should be able to
It's
be
been
a
sneaky.
yeah,
It's
be a
been a
threat
sneaky
offensively.
stat.
Like when we
Yes,
find
it's
that one person that really dominate that tight end position and have a running back, quarterback, receiver tandem to go with it, and they go from a triangle to a square with four, is over with.
last year when or 2 years ago when the J show first produced, y'all stopped going over tight ends. I saw the shift then,
Hmm.
which is when I started having good tight ends. I had the one I got from Rob, and then I had the one that I kept on the roster. Then my guy left, then I had Rob, and I kept three tight ends for 3 years straight. And in those
Hmm.
3 years straight, I've had also 4 or 5 thousand yard receivers. I don't think that's coincidence. No, I think when you
Right.
have a really good fucking tight end and you can throw the ball already a little bit, it makes the offense. And that I think the teams that have been OD good have all had some good tight ends, low key, as far as like
Chain
passing the
movers.
ball. Yeah, the chain movers. Like Notre Dame got mine. Offense looks really good. Your tight ends were really good. Falk, I think, had a
UCLA
good
set the
tight end two
trend
years ago.
with thousand
Yep.
yard tight ends, but then Albert turned that shit into a weapon.
His tight end was a
Daniel
fucking
Johnson
weapon.
turned
Yeah.
that shit into a weapon
And
with
then
Daniel
that's
Johnson.
his tight end was low key his tight end LSU's tight end is the reason why I was like, yo, like hold up, like bro, his
Hmm.
tight end is low key moving like this. And then I started looking at the tight ends that Oregon was producing, but they were never like
Stay having a
being shit.
dog at
But
tight end and
yeah, they would produce some tight ends where I look down and be like, damn, we kind of need that nigga. Is the portal open yet? Let me
right.
dial let me dial up a little to the point where when we got one available this year, we jumped at everything.
Hmm.
I slammed early visit and everything for that tight end that I got out of Oregon. Vladimir Chick or whatever the fuck his name is. Partly because I was losing my tight end, but because I just understood how important the like I couldn't have a missing gap there at tight end, and I not this late in the disc. I think um, key part to the offense. I feel like. But
Going in,
back to fundamental shit though. When like tight ends and running backs brings you back to what? 21 personnel.
yep,
Back
21
to I
personnel.
form. I was about to say back to I form and single back, bro. So
Hmm.
we have went full circle. I think at this point for real, on the schematics of the league.
When we go into 2034 and you look at season 10, you got the energy of guys that's, pretty much have ways of why they really don't. They iffy. And then you got guys that's going to recharge and get right. And then you got new guys in the league that's going to bring another energy to the league. But when you look at the overall of 2034 season, how much expectation do you expect somebody new to come out of the woodwork? They could be in the league now already, but just stepping into that realm. Like I look at a Florida, a UCLA, right? I also look at Tymon with Indiana, like things like that. Like, but what do you see or expectations of like somebody stepping to the forefront next season?
Um, I feel like I feel like I think the most anticipated I would feel is excuse me.
I think Bama getting back would be one of the most
I was gonna
anticipated.
say, yeah, my first start off is actually I don't think that Alabama responds any other way but beating everybody and then literally leaving it up to me in South Carolina again. Like I think everybody else is going to get like handled confidently, probably. Um, Whenever he gets to me in South Carolina, it's just gonna be exactly that, I think. Then I would go next and say I do think Penn State will regret taking the year off.
That's going to hurt him.
I don't think he'll be able to respond maybe with the skill, with the on-field skill that he may actually possess as a user skill.
That taking that year
I think
off
it's
gave him a
yeah,
setback. It's going to set him back, even though he's going to have a
yeah.
roster, but it's going to set him back.
And I do think that's gonna trip up there. And then I don't feel like any of the newcomers will be sustainable, but I do feel like
They'll just give us a new energy. We got more user games we got to
yeah,
line up again.
I'm waiting to see who
Because
will
we
be
lost quite a few users and replaced it real fast.
Real fast, yeah, and it's just a quick quiet turnover. They got turned
Mhm.
over in the point of where they didn't even get an opportunity to make any initial noise. So I'm a little far flex. I do feel like Florida State also does not go out the same way that he went out last year.
Nah, I
So
think schedule wise will be lighter.
ACC should be looking like a good, like once you get a Florida State and then we just added three ACC, it's like somebody, one of y'all have to give a spark. Like somebody
Mhm.
has to. So it's bound to play out there. I'm looking for the ACC to kind of like spark up, and then I'm looking for,
I'm looking
I
for that
think,
next new hire job, like a good coach taking on a better team.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking for that Texas A&M. That was the last part. Was I'm looking for Bama to wake up, Penn State to see if he can hang on, or if Penn State's chopped himself in the water. ACC spark question mark fire flame emoji. Like I'm trying to wait to see what's gonna spark up there. Anybody got lighter fluid? Do y'all need a match? Do y'all need, like, what the fuck do y'all need over there? Um, I just think the weight. I have fun not carrying all the SEC weight now when the South Carolina shows up, when a Florida shows up. The representation, the feedback, the, oh, let me stand up for my conference. It's a lot of weight that UNC and Clemson got to carry for their ACC brothers. I think anytime you get a little wake up, that could make it more fun. It makes it more light. Now you wishing really for your ACC brothers in these other matchups. So I'm waiting to see an ACC team kind of give that support for Clemson and UNC because I do feel like they need it. They've been putting on for a minute. They got guys that did shit, Oregon and Florida, but now who can stay in the ACC and do some shit? You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of
Hmm.
feel there. And then SEC, the SEC is always fun, but next year, I think our schedule changes, like you said. So now next year, I feel like it gets to be more pressure because it's a little bit more
Y'all,
versatility. I think
y'all,
a
y'all
lot of
all
people will
not,
be
y'all all not beating up on each other next
next
year.
year. It will be
It's gonna
scary.
make it harder for the out of conference shit.
Yeah, it's gonna make it like every game with that. It's gonna be
Not,
so fun
not,
too
not
because
y'all, not y'all out of conference schedule. Y'all gonna torture the out of conference
the other people's. No,
teams.
I'm saying the other people's out of conference makes it like, yeah, but it makes it like, I think next year I see Florida finally. So like that matchup isn't a matchup that Sane's seen a lot. Like he hasn't seen me when he was with Georgia Tech. He didn't see me a lot with Louisville. So that,
Hmm.
like, that means something. Now if it switches, and I think I also won't play Alabama next year. So that makes
Yep.
Alabama play Texas, South Carolina, and he doesn't play Tennessee, but he'll play Florida. So then it becomes back to that. And Florida beat Alabama with Georgia Tech. Like the season was going to be, I think next year mix up for SEC is going to really give another opportunity to be like, yo, who's really what? And like, does anybody have the timing to actually get it done? Because South Carolina is if you was to look at the betting odds, South Carolina is the leading bet, next front runner if anybody's going to challenge. But that's also because South Carolina's been playing Oklahoma. What happens next year when South Carolina doesn't play Oklahoma and it goes to, okay, well, like, how do I make sure I compete with the number one nigga? If I don't ever play the number one nigga, you can't drop any of those in betweens when everybody else is going to be swinging for the stars on South Carolina because you already know. So it's
Look,
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun next year. We thought this year was gonna be fun. I think with the new niggas that we added next year and the niggas that we just added that settled down a little bit, Penn State, Taiwan, Oregon, as far as changing conferences and shit, like that shit's gonna get fun. Only thing obviously is if we lose Brandon, that kind of throws shit off a little bit. But
North Carolina has had four Heisman winners since 2025. Arizona State has two since 2025.
how do
Colorado
you
had
be
a
a
guy go
Heisman
back to
pipeline?
back Heisman's in 2031, 2032. Tennessee has a guy, Joe Wyatt, in 2030. So when you look at from 2025, the Heisman winners right now, could you give us a direct line of who wins what team has a Heisman winner again? Will it be a repeat team or will we see a new face on here?
I think based off of this, I lean to Colorado to come back and do it. Especially if the quarterback stays. It's kind
Yes.
of like written almost if the quarterback stays. It timing wise, player wise, and just opportunity wise, like I don't see where. If not Colorado, I think it comes down to like if a Mayfield comes back, it's going to be a repeat, like repeat on the list, but it's
Right.
either going to be Colorado or it's going to be somebody that's repeated on this like current list that we have now, which would only leave it to Clemson, but Spiller's a senior.
KJ
I forget.
Spiller, nah, he ain't no fucking
Is he?
senior. That
Oh, then
motherfucker.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Between Spiller and Braylon, I think they make the most two sense for like, hey, we're on the list now, so like you be a fool to count us out. But I also see Colorado and UNC, honestly, they just have the recipe, is what it seems, to be Heisman level candidates. They understand what it takes on a game in and game out basis to not have drop offs, to not have statistical errors, and to play still the smart but fun way it takes to be a Heisman in the video game aspect. Like it's fun, you can put up the stats, but you gotta also make up that you don't lose those games, fuck up, have a game where you're off. Like you can't have any of those. It's all got to
Mhm.
go like kind of perfect for you to continue to be on the Heisman list and not lose your spot.
You can have a couple of fucked up user games as long as you make it up in the computer games.
And you're not losing those user games. I feel like too. You're
Yeah.
not. You can't be losing loser games. Like you can like do a little 1-2, maybe a little pick here and there. Like I had a couple games where I had picks and shit, but I was still winning the game. So it was like, all right, cool. Like I was staying
Mhm.
right where I was at 5. But for me to gain that plus, yeah, I needed some of y'all to lose, and I needed like me to go OD. And Clemson didn't lose, you didn't lose, and I think LT was just too damning that it didn't matter for real. What it didn't matter there.
Outside of
So.
yourself being a four-time champion, who's the most dangerous team in the playoffs this year, 2033?
Uh, I go in order. Colorado. If UNC makes it past me, UNC definitely. Like UNC, I want to put there, but because we run into each other, that's like his story could stop there. But if he beats me, I would instantly push UNC kind of like almost front ballot championship at that point. Not
Look,
because just because of that reason right
the
there.
Simpson brothers,
And
the
then I was
Simpson
gonna say
brothers and
then
Clemson.
it's both the Simpkins then it's both of the Simpson brothers. I fear are like I don't put that same knock with Clemson. It's not because he can't do it. It's just because we've seen him do it before and it
But
meant
it's a little
nothing.
different this time with Clemson. He got hot late, like he got hot late, beating South Carolina and North Carolina to win a conference championship and to win the rival matchup there the way he did. I think they hot right now, and he coming off that 84-9 win over San Jose State. He goes into the Notre Dame game, right? He got a direct line to the semifinals if Notre Dame don't crash out, right? Notre Dame got to play a hell of a game and put him in a situation to better stop him from going semifinals, right? And then the game is going to be out. Whoever comes from out of that UCLA Indiana matchup with Colorado going to be a really good situation popping. And then I also the North Carolina Oklahoma that matchup, right? Last time y'all matched up, championship. So that's going to be a crazy situation if he can get there, right? And if Texas don't sneak past him, right? But the signs are, if Texas win that ball game, that's a free run Ricky for you.
Yeah, that's where I say like if UNC makes it out of the round one, gets that monkey off his little like not even real monkey, but the quick monkey that was developing, the quick bacteria germ that was developing, he gets that off his back and he goes into like David and Goliath per se. Like as far as representation for a nigga, anybody that's won 4, you're walking into that shit as the underdog, no matter who you are. So you come out and you beat that nigga. I definitely don't see where UNC isn't the most feared at that point. That's why I would say like it's
Who
pending to most feared. But right now, besides myself, I don't think you have to. I don't think you can look past Colorado returning where they are, how they are, and low key the way that you're seated. You just have to be dominant for like to the regular dominance that you've been showing, honestly, and stay consistent.
Yeah.
And you look like you're, again, like I said earlier, back to back situations of national championship appearances. Like it may be a hot take, but I think your shot, I feel like out of everybody who's in the semi quarterfinals, you have the most straight and not easiest, but straight as in just show up and like continue to be what Colorado has been. I don't see the 2 losses happen. Like I don't see a loss happening.
Yeah,
You've already beat Notre Dame.
no mishaps, right? But
Yeah,
none of the games easy. So let's look at it like this: if
none of
Indiana
them
is to
easy.
keep on
Yeah,
playing, that's going to be a tough ass game.
that's where exactly. I was gonna say you're in Indiana for you is UNC for
If
me. Where
UCLA
like
is the game I gotta play, that's gonna be. I never played him. That's gonna be a tough ass game. I don't watch
I
film. I
think
don't know what he looked like. None of that. So it's gonna
I
take some
think
time
it's
for me to
tough,
catch up to
but
him.
that's where you're being who he has to play to your level. I
Hmm.
think, like I said, the people that are in quarterfinals right now, minus Notre Dame, everybody has like you have to play to their level. Both of those teams have to play the
Is
Colorado
is
game.
Oregon is
That's a lot.
Oregon the most slept on quarterfinal team, or Notre Dame is
Yes. Nah, Oregon. Oregon, Oregon,
by
Oregon,
far?
Oregon. Because niggas weren't understanding that like really Oregon should have never been where they were at. Taste was just not doing what should he just wasn't finishing the job, continuing to clip Oregon. It looks the same as like continuing to clip Ohio State. The reason that this was saving grace is because we got a new identity, a new body in Oregon. But Oregon was on the same path that Ohio State was on the same path. I promise you, they were on the same
Yep.
path. That
And
new birth and body gave them everything mixed in with NC State's hunger and ambition to keep going up. Perfect season mesh, perfect clash. Finally got talent that matches the football IQ I think that the coach has and was trying to on display on the field. Makes Oregon literally the like my individual biggest threat because nobody really knows about them for real
all
because
right,
it's the
so
whole new look.
let's say Indiana wins first round. Let's say South Carolina. Well, I mean, I think Brandon not playing when he say give him the
Yeah,
fourth
he
pick.
gave me in
So
the fours. Yeah,
South Carolina going into the second round. You got let's say North Carolina beats Texas and going to second round. Who has the hardest path from the first round playoff teams to get to a national title? Who has the hardest path?
I would say it would be North Carolina from that point.
Hmm.
Because yeah, North Carolina. Because like I said,
I agree.
if he makes it through Oklahoma, that already is the biggest testament in this quarterfinal. It would be the biggest testament in the quarterfinal is beating me and beating you. Then next, you could toss up between okay, which one means more to beat Oregon or Notre Dame. But the big two dogs right now in the quarterfinal, where you look and you're like, fuck shit. You know what it is like when it's got to be there. Probably put your house money on it.
Oklahoma and
Colorado and
Colorado.
Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma and Colorado. So because we're at 1 and 2 too at the top half and then your bottom half, you do have to like whoever goes through that and has to involve in that. Yeah, Falk. If he beats me and then goes into either way about it, if he goes into T, who rounds out his season, beat me once, lost to me once, lost to Clemson. Falk also lost to Clemson. That's a worthy ass opponent, no matter which way you spill it. Okay,
South
go to
Carolina got to
Oregon,
either go through Oregon, North Carolina, or Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Either way about it, that's a
And
hard ass way you got to put it.
Indiana got to go if they win. Indiana will have to go through Colorado, Notre Dame, or
Colorado,
Clemson.
and honestly, two out of those three, Clemson and Colorado, championship appearances, multiple. You can't deny the competition no matter what.
Right,
The only
right.
like slight off of eye candy would be like if Indiana goes and beats Colorado, but then goes against Notre Dame. It would be like an up down theoretically. But that also has to mean that Notre Dame beat Clemson to go to the semi, which means do you change your narrative on Notre Dame and be like, shit, maybe you're not a slap over per se. Like maybe you're not. I think Oregon's nowhere near a slap over, and which is why that bottom half is going to be tough no matter what, because niggas know Oregon is good. It's just how good are you now that you have Oregon?
It's going to be an upset in the first round and the quarterfinal round. Somebody going to do some shit and get themselves to the semifinals that we wasn't expecting to get
If
there.
Indiana does come in too cocky, though, I am gonna agree with you there. If Indiana comes in too cocky, he can trick the bag on this game. But I think that would be the only other upset. It sucks. 11-6 per se is already decided, but I don't. I don't like I said. If Falk loses this game,
It's going to
we
be a
have to.
conversation behind that shit. If
It's
Falk lose
yeah.
this game, it'd be like me getting to another national and losing it. Like it'd be that serious if he loses. So that'd be
I'm
three
willing.
straight years.
I'm willing to put it to the no. I'm willing to put it to the immediate response of like Alabama winning the championship and then not going to the playoffs. Like it's kind of that feel. Like you can't first round. You can't be any. I don't know. Like
Three straight
two
years going out of the
appearances
first round.
or yeah, basically or three straight playoff
Three straight
appearances.
first round exits for North Carolina
I
is
believe. Yeah, I believe that
it
would
will
be the
be
last three while
yeah.
winning Heisman
Ali
number
said if
top
UNC
five
loses, the
class.
GOAT talk out the
Like think
window.
about that. That shit shouldn't go in the same sentence. You don't have two appearances, three first round exits, four Heismans. Like at some point we got to start being like fucking confused, and I think that would be where the confusion starts on who do you really want to be? Like who are you for real? Like are we gonna keep leaning on your one championship with your two appearances, or like we got guys that like Beamer's 2-2. Rand is 1-1, you're 1-2, but then you got like the play. We got to start the conversation gets
No,
put
I'm
there
0
for
and
real.
3.
Well, I'm talking about Rand's 1-1, B Murr's 2-2 every time he gets there.
Yeah.
Clemson's 0-2, but Clemson ain't got no first round exits either, I don't think. That's where like the grace of where we would place Falk is really weird because like Clemson's been twice, lost twice, but he ain't never been kicked out the first round,
Yeah,
like
nah,
ever.
he better go in that situation where Rand at right now. Where Rand fighting himself
Yeah,
out of, that's where Falk would
right.
go
Yeah,
at
I
with
would
a
put
loss to
Falk right
Texas.
above. Yeah, right above where Rand is fighting himself out of. And I just think the irony behind it becomes very unsettling because it goes to some conversations where LSU and guys were saying, well, who the fuck are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he got that
Facts.
one championship, and then it was like, shut the fuck up. I'm who I am. But then it's kind of looking again like I don't know who the fuck are you if you go out here and lose in the first round again, Falk. So.
And we way too far past that. I got North Carolina or I got Colorado. We
Because
way
you
too
nattied up
past that
already.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
we way
you
past that
nattied up
stage.
the way you did it, and then everything after that, he responded like a champ. He
Hmm.
only got better. Classes only got better. His classes literally were getting better and better and better to the point where you were like, this nigga's gonna hit up another
Mom,
national
stop,
championship
stop,
eventually.
stop. Get
And
that
then
first
the
down.
response inside the offs was, and like I said, Heisman's and all that other shit. That shit it starts to look like a fallback. Like, well, let me just get Heisman because we keep getting our ass kicked in the first round. Well, that sounds a little bit like some other guys. Let me get these top recruiting classes
Right.
because I ain't seen another national championship. So, listen, spades got to be spades, brother.
Uh
We,
huh.
we, we
Nah,
gotta
put
we
that shit on
gotta
the
call
button.
them spades.
Yeah.
So, and I think Texas gets
Carry
to
this
fight
down
for
first.
just that. Texas gets to fight for like I get to put a chip on the old man. Like I get to put a chip on Fall Gas because like if I could go out there and steal one, not only does it, you know what I'm saying, I done it contributed to the defamation of
Make
Falk.
no mistake about it. It's a steal if you go in there and
Yeah,
go into
it's a
North Carolina
steal.
Chapel Hill and win that game. It's a steal.
It's a steal. But then it also it makes niggas look like all right. Well, like for him, like you said. Texas got back into their bag. They started calling up their oil monies again, and they got their shit. Put a little bit more oomph in they shit. It kind of then Texas, you got to go back and ask yourself like, well, shit, do we have the potential? Did we always have the potential? Do we got to
The
go out here
potential,
and just?
the potential was there, and the proof is tonight. Texas versus
And I
North
think
Carolina.
yeah, that shit's gonna be good, man. I think
Hmm.
like I said, minus that 11-6, I think we had probably one of the best first rounds I've ever. Like the 11-6 not getting played. I think we had these was one of the best first rounds that I had seen since that one where you and Falk played in the first round because it was like
But
holy shit, like this is a
and
championship matchup in the first
no
round
matter who
almost.
win those games, that it makes that quarterfinal that much better, bro. Like that's crazy. I like it.
Yeah.
Great show, Max. Man, we out of here. Hope y'all all paid attention to the show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. See y'all in these playoff games. We'll catch you up in the next round. We're gone.